Gone. You're gonna go more towards the captain, the Hulk. Days running the tank pool. Hello, surprise. This is what we saw. We saw Tuesday do that a little bit. We'll see if Days maybe in 24 hours is showing what he can do on such a big hero. Does that surprise you at all, buddy?
Wait, does Days even play that character?
Well, it's you know, we've seen it I think once or twice. Days on this hero running that triple line. It's looked pretty good. I think they found success with it, but
bro,
you know,
what's happening with the stream? That's not me, by the way.
Exploit that. Do they have something to burn down some of this Vanguard play? And we're gonna get eyes on that in just a moment as the teams are lining up and locking in.
Yeah, for sure here, man. As we're looking
the
at
Twitch stream is even doing that too.
The way that it's going right away is Brod's going to bring it back to full here, and we're going to find ourselves in this first point break. Now, first thing, Shib, I don't know about you, is get rid of those damn trees that just have so much blocking the sight line. Get things rolling, and right away we're seeing some good feeling.
Chat, this is the broadcast.
As, we will get a full screen picture for you here momentarily.
And there, Psych Online, it's right back to the duel again. Kraz able to engage here, looking for one. I don't believe anybody's gone down just yet. Delena spin to win over Kraz is able to find the first pick there, and Thieves are going to be up a number so far on this point, which should almost be capped here actually by Swamp.
Yeah, this is, you know, a little bit of a fun angle here to see the two at it, and there we go.
Bro, even the casters are calling for it.
Yet, my man, if you want to look at some important things, obviously, do you have the banhammer ready? Days already used his, as TTK finds the best of that tank pool we were just talking about. So matching 1-for-1, but there's that rocket bang coming into player save. Into play, banhammer on Mellow, going to slow the team down a bit on the hit scan front, and Shib looking at it. Look at those strat advantage, ever so slightly over to Winnie. But
yo, 100 Thieves took the point first, chat. That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Start there, but Thieves do have control of point, 15% in climbing for this moment. Delena was very close to also massive decision making there by Mellow for that target. And again, like you said, the BRB.
I got popcorn. I'm ready for this shit, chat.
Presence as it's going to keep their numbers up.
This is going to be a good series.
Went to Thieves. Both teams playing a little slow now. Swamp trying to find some presence on point, using Days to get up there and just level up, but he's very low. Are you able to clean that up? They do. Vinny finds Days.
No.
Millennia and Delena with ultimatos. Melophobia starts off with the Ruby Rage. It doesn't seem to land though.
Bro, this is why winning first fight is so important, right? You get to write your own tempo, and 100 Thieves play so much better when they get to do just that. Scatter going to find Delena out of here once again. Delena going to be a non-factor in this set of the fight with Legendary up to go. That's a bummer, as now both strats going to force to pop their ults, keep the team alive best they can. Again, no rocket would have been, you know, obviously helpful there, but unable to.
Chat, I don't know which one of you are DDoSing the what do you call it, broadcast. Can you guys stop?
Try to survive, keep the point yours, but it's going to inevitably most likely get on over there. But Delena with the pick early. Hello.
Yeah, Delena's going to keep this going. That is going to be one onto Days. Do I see a second here onto Kraz? It looks like it might be the case. Good movement by Kraz. Going to be able to get to that pack and towards the back line. But all the while, folks, 72% here for 100 Thieves. Doing a great job just stalling and biding time. Is this strategy truly going to work out? It looks like so far it is. Ult's going to be roughly even. No major strat line ult to keep the team healthy. TTK going to be close on that banhammer. And Scatter on that Angie with the Heaven's Descent. What to look forward to next.
They just walked out inside the lease. Now it's their building. Like
I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if it's me or I'm having a stroke or is it the production? What's going on here, bro?
Loose, and that's just having a great, excellent plan in the chess phase of band that we got to give credit to Remix for. There's the devil being let out. Not too much success, but doesn't need the ult to find his value as Scatter falls quickly. One Wing Angel is only one-sided and doesn't matter as time's ticking. Over time to a sliver already, Shib. I am absolutely blown away.
Bro,
wow.
Bro!
There's not much else to say as it is 100-0 Thieves. And they are keeping it calm,
my dad's in the chat. How you doing, Dad? Bro,
it's only one of the three.
100 Thieves. Swamp Gaming. What's going on, bro?
All of those pools only get stronger and stronger as the matches move
forward.
Oh my
Days!
It's going to be matched back as TTK is playing the same game.
Days is 0 and 5, bro. Come on, you're better than that, bro. You're better than that. You're the Wolverine god. You have to be a god on another character, man.
So easily. Hey, big shout out if
chat.
Dude, I'm telling you, if Millennia and Winnie can play like that. Because they were getting some nice little picks in there as well. Look at Millennia with 4K damage.
They're putting him on triple support. That's what you have to do that, bro. You have to put him on triple support. Pocket Melophobia. Melophobia will lead you to victory. But, dude.
A pretty mean game, but still, it's
the hands.
If you're not
they're not there, chat.
Not a ton of falling. The backline stayed healthy there for Swamp. So realistically,
the hands are not there.
A good calm game by 100 Thieves who
hard
got
stuff with the massive 5. Get this off on YouTube.
And then let it stall. Wait it out.
Yeah, you girl with the massive new tier 1.
Necessarily fully commit into their spawn door.
Julius, appreciate the massive new tier 1 sub.
Gaming, you know, rely on the tried and true and something 100 Thieves doesn't have access to, and that's the team up there with Groot and Loki.
Norway
just
beat
so much
Brazil.
extra
Yes!
to be aware of.
Did they actually?
Norway!
I
think is good, especially on this point. A little bit weird on this because you have the main central objective at the high ground again coming to so much use. Can self find that backline diving that they continue to
my
do.
twin chat. My twin's gonna carry them. You guys know who my twin is.
Have that Beast of the Abyss ready and available. Goes down now, looks for something. I'm not
Norway's
sure
bringing it home, bro.
Like not at all. Gonna be able to pop that E after the fact.
Holland scored 2 goals in the last 10 minutes.
Gets destroyed instantly. TTK with the banhammer. Millennia.
That's
now
my twin.
Starting up with the dance floor. It is going to be slow paced, but TTK itself gonna find the first 2. Valentina back on the floor now after the BRB commitment. There is a big strangling prison. Looking at the back line, is gonna be able to find 2. Well done on the return here from Swamp.
Bro, you know what's so funny? You go look at Museum of Contemplation, they banned Wolverine only on that matchup when they last played.
Whoa, FEJ, I'm Brazilian? I love Brazil, but don't say F me.
Copping a little homework, you know what I mean? To get through.
Talk to your goalie, bro.
Obviously, TLC provided, and this is helping them because they've always had the gameplay and the mechanics chip. And this is, coming to light here that they put that together with what's the strategy, and they can really beat anybody. But at this point, Swamp Gaming, early cap, really helps out with this comp as they do play more front to back on the low ground.
So Edward with the massive fight getting something small.
Galactic Legend, Delena able to find 2. Vinny cleans up another, make it 2. Self and Winnie gonna find a piece of the pie, and that return is fast and decisive. 22% from Swamp there as Thieves take it over.
Bro, if 100 Thieves wins this series, chat, I'm gonna start clapping without my hands. Oh, my dad's in chat. That means I'm gonna clap with.
That duelist line and strat line to make sure you're focusing that priority, because if you move forward at all, if you take any additional space, you know you're gonna get yoinked. So I like that decision.
Matt Murdoch did get a nerf to his blindness, can't see as well, but still gonna go pin up there with Vinny's the perfect way to go about it, and there it is. There's the wombo combo, you know best. Vinny absolutely playing such a good Venom today, Shib. There's been a lot of times those combos, that ult hit hasn't really popped, but today you're gonna go and get the okay go a lot better. Here goes Loki copying Goddess of Death for Goddess. Gonna copy now and get something rolling for this team halfway through the point objective, and there it is. They got the 2 and the 3 subs now all going in.
J3, your internet is booty.
In 14 days, able to find
Chat, who's gonna tell him?
There.
That's not my internet.
KO countdown, if you will, and there's that retake, 46%. Swamp coming back in with a vengeance, saying it's not over yet, and they have a ton of ultimates after this next fight.
Yeah, man. Oh, no, going out. I was about to say the dance floor is going to be huge, but nope, it's going to be the Abyss and the pop not landing. Although there is the finish from Delena, finding a little bit of a slowdown on the side with 97% gone, too. That's definitely huge, bro. That gives them a chance to maybe try to win this fight, but they're drawn back. So even with losing Forky Dog, now he can get back up to ult, and it's going to be the reset and most likely another fight win for Swamp, depending on how they choose to use it.
Yeah, I didn't love that, right? Like, I didn't love the Feast commitment there with the Van Hammer after being down a number and the point was changed. Sometimes you commit that kind of stuff to buy yourself another 10% or so. But that was, they had already lost it. I don't know. I don't see the value there, but we're going to see another ult fight coming in. Now it's going to be very difficult for Thieves to make this work out. Swamp.
Come on, 100 Thieves. Win.
With the commitment, see if this works out as Raging Royal flushes there. They'll let the devil out from Self, but he pays for it as Kraz is able to find that pick. And now Swamp again holding on.
Bro,
that's a resurgence.
This is why this team's working well. Like, this is a really good counter comp answer to what they were running and how it worked so well for them in the first place. Because
the sound is even delayed, chat. Oh my!
Right? That's why they've got Vinny here to try to get.
Even if I refresh, chat, and want to do anything, it's the same thing on Twitch too.
All together. Now, Winnie ready to enable.
Even the casters are telling me that they're having a hard time cast because it's laggy. It's not me.
For the group photo, and he finds all the pictures as 1-2 fall down. Damn near a selfie.
Yeah, well done there. Yeah, I mean, you're at this team up here. You're going to be using that heal wall. Delena going to find Melophobia. Do we see more? Kraz at a tough spot, but it's matched now. Forky Dog trying to escape, but not for long.
Nice.
From Delena right there to shut down. But the ultimate actually came from Valentina, so it still will be up for the team. Scatter going to find Delena now and trade it back, and Thieves.
Hold on, I got to text my neighbor after this to see if he paid for his Wi-Fi and his internet.
Goes in the back of Self when he was slept by the Mantis. You can actually do that, but that's like such a hardcore quick tech. I would say Delena's Star-Lord ults have gotten big of value today compared to the past. We usually see them all use position a lot better, and it's a bit more off. Today, finding those values each time, 99%, 76. It's a close one, folks. Just keep your eyes on the prize of the Strange Portal. Delena gets another pick. He's absolutely feeling himself today, going up on the biggest stage, but it's not going to be enough, Shib. As they're going to fall and give up 0.2.
This is what I'm looking for from game one. We've got a 1-1 on
Chat. Swamp
domination.
Gaming,
Really
they couldn't
good
do
swaps
anything
there
on the
from Swamp. I
DPS,
love
so they
that
had to go
comp.
the triple
It looked
support.
clean, like you said, the Mantis
Game's
combining
not
there.
over yet,
When
though.
you're looking at that, Groot, use that heal wall. Groot farms all just exponentially faster. And then obviously you have the Loki team up too, right? So the same team up there where you get the damage boost in those crystals or even extended further. It is just disgusting at this level of play.
Yeah, and that's why you're seeing the self
Holy
stats right
shit!
Here. Like, they're just able to stop what was working for them so well, man. Like the Grave was dog, but they climbed out with the shovel in the counter answer. That's what you need to see right here and across the board. Well done. You look at the ult advantage. Obviously, it's still with England playing today, man.
On the big stage too, bro. On the big stage.
Is probably the worst of the 2 or 3, I would say, that you can use this Glortrox on. So
Look, watch.
value if you can push them for the spawn push-in. That's always way though.
Yeah.
We'll see how they choose to aggress this.
Yeah, not the best for the Glortrox, but just as a group player, like you really do love those tight windows where you can wall above and it forces their eyes upward in a position that they're not able to really see those walls until they are getting hit by them, right? That's what you're kind of looking for from these group maps. So definitely not a bad spot for him. If they were able to get this first fight win and push them towards spawn a little bit. We'll see what that looks like.
Chat,
Alt
over or
advantage
under?
in favor of Swamp here with that Glortrox, like
16 deaths.
This is where the map
total.
with a high ground is really
I say
good,
over.
but also there's so much barriers of entry, right? But it allows your strats and the rest of your team to kind of hang out on point, win first cap. First cap's going to matter a lot more on this map than the others, but typically tougher to take. But Swamp Gaming want to get it muddy fast as Melo understands the assignment. Find the player that's doing great. Look at that tracking in the portal. Hello, disgusting, as they're going to go and find light in the crystals.
That was so dirty here. Melophobia looking for another pick. Vinny falls. A scatter gets that. And the whole side of 100 Thieves is going to have to drop back. Melophobia did not even commit ultimate, playing very much in that neutral and getting value. Well done.
All they have to do is play into Melophobia, bro. Melophobia will win.
Who yesterday, you know, that kind of role of what do you play, the Mantis a lot better here today in that support role. That the 3 subs as Melo has been locked in. Melo wanted his day back yesterday. Saw it on Twitter. Said, I'm going to VOD review, get right, get clean. It's not rare that he has any off days. Well, he's looking right back to form here. Going to go ahead and protect this home front of the Cerebro in the middle.
Oh, it's not
now.
lagging anymore. I think it's a little better.
Hammer, once again, TTK has to find value, but shit, hard to do when you got the best ability in the game. That's the size of the damn
I think the sound is a little delayed, though.
Yeah, super well done on that defense. Big strangling prison from Kraz there to slow the pace. 100 Thieves are now kind of feeling the pressure as Forky's able to drop.
Come on, 100 Thieves. What happened, bro?
As well, and what do you know? Melophobia and Scatter still holding on to those ults.
Man, this is why Swamp, though.
Don't fumble, bro. Don't fumble.
You know, it's okay if things are messy. It's quite literally in the name of how they play. Self, hello? Are you in the match chat?
Yo!
We're checking out stats or something there.
Why is he's checking fucking TikTok right now, bro?
Like, what the
He's looking at all the Captain America gifts.
You know, the thing about
Stop looking at the new skin. Lock in.
Actually don't make sound. So sometimes they'll use that slow walk to try to hide. But I think, you know, potentially stepped a few times. Melophobia is just built a little bit different, able to hear that and get that pick prior. That's just you can't teach that, folks. As you see, Melophobia start up here with the Glortrox, but that gets smacked right into a wall, and that ain't gonna work out as the spin to win starts here for Delena. Here goes the combination ultimate. Galactic Legend in the sky. Do we see value? Banhammered immediately. You don't miss with this, but you'll still take damage over time. Gonna wait this out instead, force out, but that's still a 2-for-1 trade. Not bad as Daze finds Winnie here. Swamp wants to close this down.
Yeah, we're in final fight territory here. Got to get this win, but Melophobia is making it damn near impossible. Self gonna go ahead and let the devil out himself. Push this one, gets Daze out of there as 2. Gonna have the Groot ult come out. Vinny pulling at
Oh my god, I don't know how.
Absolutely detrimental, but does that matter as the Thieves find a will and a way. But Melophobia being that Thanos to stand the test of time. Portal opening, Winnie out and ready. That's also a bit of a bummer though.
Wait, who's used Portal? Who used Portal? Oh.
Yeah, I'm wondering now if Winnie's gonna go
Chat,
back into Portal and swap.
100 Thieves is on one. Uh-oh, they're down a support player right now.
Millennium was still
That's not good. That's not good. 100 Thieves doesn't have Portal now.
With that strangling prison available, folks, this is do or die.
This might be 07
teams. Swamp in a very strong position. Their idea now is they're not afraid to force out some ults and maybe
that might be an 07,
but then come back in with an ult fight and win it. And we'll see if they even need to do that as they push forward.
Absolutely, yeah. Vinny, I think falling early in that battle was actually pretty good because he had the ult ready. Actually getting dangerously close now. No instant burst of the here. There it is. Gonna get
that's back!
Dude, the crystals, though. You can't do anything against them.
Yeah, you can't stop it.
All eyes will be on TTK here, the best Emma in the world. Can you find that value now in the most important time? 50% up and climbing. There's another pick, man. Delena is on fire as the Assassin Thief today.
mean,
I don't know how
disgusting
100 Thieves
placements of
won
those
that, bro.
low-key clones, though,
Oh,
for
they haven't
crystals.
won
They were
yet.
actually hidden behind natural cover both sides, but the zone just was so big it covered through the ult. So well done. Kraz able to take out Vinny.
They don't have
Swamp
portal.
trying to
They
show
don't
it
have
down.
portal.
Gets a second
07
here.
chat.
Do we
First
see a
round goes to
third?
Swamp.
And there is that Raging Royal flush to clean up the rest.
Good shit.
And they will
Ooh.
not have portal for this touch. It's going to be forced in, and I don't think it can work out here. This is looking like Swamp may take this first map home, and it has been a heater. They're walking forward to shut down some of that movement. I think that will do it. It does.
My guy, I mean, listen to what they had if they didn't mess up that portal play. They had the legendary on the
What's
line.
Melophobia
Shortly
is
after, it would've been the
sleeping,
Gamma
bro.
ult. They definitely want that comms back, and that is what it's all about. We talk about mechanical play, but at the top rope, strategy so important. And speaking of rope, man, dude, Swamp Gaming, they found one thread of hope and turned it into a rope. Got Krakoa first on the board.
Yeah, there was a ton of mixed emotion there on the cams, as you see. So a little bit of
100
disappointment, some
Thieves
excitement,
looked
some
so
relief.
strong that
That's
first
just
map,
how it
100 to
goes in a
0, and they
matchup
fumbled,
like
man.
that. The Thieves are looking strong, but
Fumble,
Swamp
chat.
so far looking a little bit stronger. Keep it locked right here as we'll see game 2 right after this break.
Oh, wait, we didn't see the stats yet. Dude, that's tough, man. That's tough, bro. Listen. Daze is gonna play Mantis the whole game, chat. All the matches, because I think his Wolverine's gonna stay banned. Because that, I don't know if he's gonna play DPS pool again. I don't know where Amadian is as well. They haven't been using him. I think they should sub him in. But it's looking pretty scary here. Looking pretty scary, chat. Looking pretty scary. I think Daze did play Blade, but I'm not trying to be mean, but I think they played Blade against a not as good team. So they try to play Blade to like make it look good, because I think their coach was saying that their Blade was like really good, and he wanted it to like, he wanted to have it, you know, fit his agenda, I guess. But I don't think they would whip out Blade. I think if they whip out Blade against a better team, they were gonna get rolled. In my opinion, at least. I don't think they played Blade against 100 Thieves, did they? Only for one round, did they? I'm pretty sure it was only for one round, though. He didn't play Blade for the whole game. I have to go back. I don't think it was for the whole game. Come on, 100 Thieves, bro. You guys gotta win this shit. Oh, yeah, they, I think they're trying to fix production. They gave us a 7-minute break, chat. If I was you guys, I would go to the bathroom, get a snack, get popcorn, get a drink. It's gonna be a good series. I think NA is gonna be a lot of fun. Jay3, I'm getting AI porn ads on Twitch. You know those are targeted ads, bro. I don't know what you're watching in your free time, but you gotta chill, man. I have never seen that on Twitch. I also don't get ads. I have Turbo, but I think you need to chill. That was on YouTube, bro. It's funny though, whenever I watch Tim's stream, I get Chipotle commercials. Well, I mean, I'm not really surprised that you get food food ads on Tim's stream. You know what that oh, what the hell? You know what that reminds me of? You complaining about that stuff? Did you guys hear about that guy who's tried to sue Twitch because he had like a jorking problem because Twitch was only recommending him female streamers or something? And yeah, if you guys didn't know about that, some guy tried to sue Twitch because he had a jorking problem, and he blamed Twitch for it because he followed like over 1,000 female streamers, and Twitch was only recommending him female streamers. And he tried to sue Twitch or something, but he ended up not winning, obviously. But yeah, that's crazy. Was it you? No, chat. It was not me, bro. Norway won? Everyone's saying France is taking it home. Norway's taking it home, bro. I have my money on Norway. Norway's bringing it home, bro. Yo, D-Bert. Preacher Massive 100 bits, my friend. Jay, go to a World Cup game. Emily was going to surprise me with a World Cup game here, but then she ended up looking at the tickets, and I think one of the tickets was like $2,000. And I'm gonna be honest with you, chat. I ain't doing that, bro. Yo, Nova with the massive gifted sub. Appreciate it, appreciate it. Chat, you guys don't make any sense. Oh, you're rich. I'm not. First of all, I have 326 more months in debt and mortgage. And second of all, I'm pretty sure everyone here... I'm going to be that person. What did they say in that clip? I'm pretty sure everyone here has $5, bro. You can sub to me right now. If you don't have $5, you're not supposed to be on Twitch. Does anyone have that clip? Just because you have money to do something, chat, doesn't mean you should do it. Was it the bunny girl one? I have no idea. I think there's a lot of them. How did you get into debt? I bought a house at 7.5% interest rate. Trash with the massive 2 months. Appreciate it, appreciate it. Which, you know, to be honest with you, if Emily wasn't dating me, chat, I'd probably still live with my dad. I think living with your parents is one of the most OP IRL strats that you could possibly do, bro. You save so much money. Your parents probably still cook you food. Oh, man. You know, a lot of people actually look down and like, oh, yeah, you probably still live with your parents. Bro, apparently, Emily went to her brother's graduation. She graduated Berkeley or something. And the people said there, what was it? Like, people are, what do you call it? Kids nowadays are not able to afford a home until they're 40 years old. That's fucking crazy. That is crazy, bro. Yeah, man. I'm not 40 years old, chat. That's crazy, though. My dad... Let me see. My dad was born in 1962. I think my dad bought his house in the 70s. My dad bought his house in the 70s for like $150,000, I think. Imagine if houses were still that price. God damn, man.
What's going on? And welcome back, my friends. The bitrate went through the blip, but we snapped it back, and we are alive
Hey,
here
the
for
bitrate's
such an
back. Let's get
insane
it.
lower bracket finals, as this was a nail biter at first, but Swamp Gaming got the best of it all in Krakoa. And Shib, as you said before we went to break, that's exactly what we want to see here, man. The fight from both of them, because with 100 Thieves, man, they did some more of the test work, right? The quiz work. But you know that Swamp is going to have something ready there with Coach Fox. You've got to return back into some plan too.
Yeah, I like the comp switch. I think it made a lot of sense. I liked what they pulled out the Groot. They really started shutting down some of that back play. I think the Mantis team up with the Loki was great. It countered any
another
Groot
bag.
back too.
Just one more.
They just kind of found a comp that if it was matched or tried to find a solution, they were going to be able to do it just a little bit better. And it showed right there as we see the MVP Kraz on the tree. And that is some beautiful stat line.
Yeah, listen, I mean, Kraz, you know, plays such a great role no matter what. One of the best main tanks in this game. And we saw it come to light. Like, there was even little things that, you know, we didn't get a lot of Galar Troxes out of Mello, but they would time the walls to release at the right time, trying to just do all the micro gaming. And that's what I think it sets this team apart sometimes, is they're great at macro and micro, plus they've got the mechanic Shib. And it takes all that put together as one, as this team looks on to try to get the next map. Now, what's funny, man, is we had domination between these two last time.
Was your dad older than 20 when he bought the house? I think so.
I expect this to be a series.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then they came back, you know, when it ultimately went to museum, and
my dad was in the military and he
but that
came
was
back,
obviously,
and then
you know,
I think his
that was
dad
then, this
helped
is now,
him
right? These
buy
teams
a
have
house.
done the homework. They've been looking at the tapes. They've identified the problems, and it's going to reflect in the ban phase. But you can see here the stat line across the board. Obviously, Melophobia with that 11 staying on top, but Delena with the
12
13.
deaths,
that combination
chat. We
from
were
Millennia
wrong.
is
We
gonna
said
just kinda
16.
guarantee a lot of finals, but it still was executed very well.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, obviously, no spoiler, but they're going to probably take this into Museum of Contemplation. What I want to see from this is they planned on the dive. It worked with Self until that comp was fixed, because if you go for the Wolverine, you know, at what cost, right? Shib, we always say that. Like, what are you allowing? And in this case, you are giving that team up to them, which is kind of the answer to what you're trying to get done. So you're going to have to figure something out here to be able to enable your team to get that first advantage and then swap up the homework. They played flawless,
What
obviously,
branch?
the last time they
I don't
played
know. My
swap.
dad did a lot
This
of
is where
things.
they won pretty cleanly, but not an easy answer to do the same thing twice, especially when you know, they're ready. They know their weakness, or at least with this matchup.
Are you
Yeah,
tired
that could have been
today,
a totally
Jay?
different
Nope.
story. Obviously, we saw that portal. I think you
I'm
called it
locked
out
in
beautifully.
today,
That was
man.
just a little unnecessary. They ended up making the change to the comp. But again, I think a lot of folks maybe see that from the outside looking in, and they say, oh, you know, why did Winnie portal? Why would he do that? I'm sure, and I guarantee you, the comps were portal, portal, portal. It just happened to be a clean sweep after the comp for the portal. And at that point, you're kind of in trouble. You really just don't have a way to get back there, even when you have ult advantage, and they paid for it. So just some clean play from Swamp, some slight mistakes, and just understanding of how that fight was going to go from the side of 100 Thieves. It could have been a very different story. Both of these teams are evenly matched right now, and I can't wait to see what we're looking at in terms of map and how it's going to shake down here.
Hey, man, with great power comes great responsibility, and that portal can quite literally be the way that these teams win. But yeah, it's just, man,
For sure.
we've all been there. It's tough. You kind of feel like, you know, you're the first to die, and then you're like, oh, do I go portal back? Like, how much do I trust your team? You see another person fall, and then
Yo,
Self
wait
gets,
a
like, thrown out of
minute.
nowhere. And you're like, oh, okay, well,
Yep.
bummer.
Emily
And that could have been the difference, 'cause
Tangerine
they had the
gifted
ults ready to go. But hey,
20
these two strategists
subs!
played much more
Absolutely
clean, especially
insane,
that first
Emily.
round.
Massive
Now, the team that
W, massive
absolutely
W.
vibe it out. Let's go,
W Queen.
as they are ready
And
to
Amy
rock
with the
and
massive
roll.
2 months.
Now, this
Appreciate it,
band phase
appreciate it.
again. We got Wolverine to kick us off first. Obviously, we're going to see
Appreciate
where
it,
we're gonna
Emily.
be taking
Massive
it
W,
via
massive
the
W.
location of this beautiful round number 2 between the two. And are you surprised?
Not surprised at all. This is where the win came in last time for 100
Yeah,
Thieves.
my
Rinse
bad.
and repeat. I will say the Angela on this map looked really strong. There were some strong picks across the board, but they were able to
You know
hold
what's
them.
crazy? I meant to get the 100,
I'm not
but it
sure
won't
that
let
will
me. I guess
necessarily
I
be
can
the
only
case,
do
as I know they've done
smaller
their
increments.
homework, like we just talked about. Swamp.
That's
is
not
for
true at all.
sure
Someone
looking at
try
the
it right
tapes from this
now.
last matchup is that
Someone
where they
else
had
try
that
it.
big issue. So we'll see what it looks like, buddy. I mean, the ban phase has been very different so far. I have no doubt it's going to continue to be this, you know, that new pathway for them.
Yeah, and Coach Fox and the team kind of hate this map. Funny enough, they're not fans of Museum of Contemplation. I don't want to, you know, get ahead of the horse here, but I will say Thieves need to win this. If they want a chance to
True.
secure
Yes.
3,
True.
man, listen, Swamp is just
Retweet.
too good at the other maps for the most part to where you don't want this to come to the game 5. So gotta win this here. Not saying it's over if they don't,
He's
but
playing
this is
Hulk
definitely
in the
one where the
background.
advantage gives it to them so much. They're probably gonna have Midtown in their back pocket too. But yeah, either way, you highlighted it. They're gonna give Mantis. I still think they're okay with Daze having the Mantis, especially because then that takes away a little bit of what Daze can do on this map. But if you're gonna ban one way of the Wolverine, I don't know if you use the ban on the Daredevil yourself. Do you just fear that survivability for your own backline ship?
I mean, you could. I don't see why not. I'm not sure. It's tricky. I'm not sure it's as much of the priority. I feel like Dive is definitely still strong, but it needs to kind of be. It needs to kind of have some serious team design. You need to kind of play with it heavily. You want to be going in there heavy with the, the potentially the
Valentina
Venom or the
vibing,
Cap.
bro, vibing.
They've been a priority in the ban phase as well. At least, we've seen some Cap.
Never mind.
Maybe not so
Vibe
much. But
so
the
hard
teams
you got
just haven't
tired.
been electing to run it as consistently, and we haven't really been seeing that kind of we lost the full commitment snowball comp from these two teams. So I'm not sure it's as much of a priority. Although they're both so good at the hero, it kind of changes the tone. So I'm with you. I'm kind of asking the same question to you and myself.
Well, okay. So last time Thieves, squeaked out a win the first one against Swamp on this map because they were able to save the Angela last. Obviously, buddy, not going to happen this time. Like they're not going to have that as the last spot. But they banned the Rocket here. And the
Dark
Wolverine.
Wizard for
Those are the
2
two
months.
picks that I
Appreciate it, my
want them to
friend.
get out of
How you
here.
doing?
Ban Rocket, ban Wolf, allow some other things
Well,
and
who's
get
the other
going
bald
from
guy?
there as they're going to kick off a similar state. Mantis can be banned once again.
Wolverine
If we go back
ban.
to
I like
history,
it. I
won't
like
repeat
it.
itself on Swamp
Yeah,
side.
there you go.
Okay,
They're gonna
it's
say
Angela. That
Mantis.
was Cyclops
I like
last
the
time they played
Angela
on this
ban,
map.
chat. They're scared of TTK.
Yeah, no, that's the right decision there. That was a huge factor last time around. They could.
Oh, they saved Gambit.
Yeah, the
Ban Mantis.
They could
Ban
try to save the Rocket.
Mantis.
I think Rocket should be removed, like you're saying, by Thieves, because that's their
Ban
next. It's gonna be
Mantis.
their next lock guarantee to their next wave. So
What is he gonna
likely
play?
happen, but it might be a prio. If they're still trying to shut down Daze, they might do the dive stuff like we talked about
Ban
from the last map.
Mantis.
But maybe that's their changeup. I think that's where you can kind of try to shift things here. If you want a different ban phase than last go, but then again, it was such a close match that
Mantis.
I don't know. Do you want to try to prioritize a target that may have maybe helped that group comp? You're thinking maybe the Loki, but again, it's going to be the Rogue.
I understand it. It's
funny
Gambit,
enough, I was
but
just about to say the
Mantis.
big difference from yesterday and today is we didn't get a lot of Rogue bans, both TLC and the last time they played them. Now, every single time 100 Thieves played them last time, they did do the Rogue ban. And there's sense here in this map because of the way you can utilize that triple Vanguard. I just feel like
They're forcing him
the
on
way that Daze
Mantis?
is playing that other tank role, they can continue to do that. They're going to continue with the plan of trying to have kind of a self-dive comp and not give them the option of that. So going to be curious because we've talked about it. Thieves
Wait,
can't
ban
play Rogue.
Mantis.
They have Rogue, at
Mantis.
least somewhat in the tool
Mantis.
belt. But they're giving it often as low.
What is he going to play, chat? Wolverine and Daredevil would be
if
banned
I'm
and
not
Mantis
mistaken,
would
they
be
just
banned.
tried
What is he going to
different
play?
people on Rogue.
Ultron?
I think even at one point they tried to
They
have
lost
Self
on
Rogue, so
Ultron
it's like,
yesterday.
they're just not
Mantis.
as confident. I think Swamp they understand that, so it's not a huge priority for them. They are going to keep that Loki. See, this is what I was saying. Maybe the change in the ban phase in the future would be maybe we don't think
I think
DD
100
as
Thieves
much,
won.
unless it, I mean, and I'm sure it's a huge threat, but just the idea of their backup.
I
comp,
think
once they start
100
beating
Thieves
you, or
won.
once they start losing to you, it seems like their go-to is that team up when it comes to trying to get Loki
I
out
actually
there.
think they
potentially,
won.
But Mantis being gone here is going to change the story a little bit.
But dude, the Rocket, I would maybe save Rocket here potentially, because here's the thing, right? If you look at what they want to do, okay, nice. They're going to go with the save the Rocket, because here's the thing. They're allowing the Star-Lord this time around, which this is going to be banned on the other side. I think, okay, it's Loki. They want a one-sided Loki. That's understandable. You're giving Star-Lord over to Swamp, which is where they used that last time. Obviously, we know what he can do on Cyclops too. That's also given to them. But you're just putting the belief in your own team more. Sometimes, Ship, we see teams banned against other teams, and that's like how the phase strategy is, or just like putting your trust in your own comp.
Yeah, for sure. It's the question of, are we getting rid of, and it's funny because in the interviews we've heard the answer from different teams kind of say different things. It's, hey, we just want to shut down a specific target on their team, but then sometimes the answer is also, no, we want to run a specific comp, and this is a big
Jay, use
problem for that
napkins instead
comp.
of your
And
pants?
I think that gets
I have
into
a
the
napkin
conversation
on
that
the
teams
side of my
don't want to
screen,
talk
bro.
about so much right now, where they're trying to keep it more under wraps until some of these, today, for an example, where it gets more serious in the tournament, or you move into maybe something like the World. So yeah, they keep that under wraps a bit, and that's the beauty of having a coach, having somebody on the stats line on your team. A lot of those decisions are made on the back end because you can just see statistically, when do we win most? When do we run a spin with certain bands that enables us to win? And it gets serious. It gets crazy.
It still looks choppy.
Yeah, Daze going on the Ultron obviously is going to help out that dive, right? They have at least that damage boost they can do and prepare for the inside dive that was obviously kind of shown there from 100 Thieves. You know, kind of like winning here on the strap pool, maybe gearing up TTK for later. But listen, I quote Fox here. I'm not afraid of Self's Wolverine. He can't play it well. We've heard it before and time again. This is the time to show up and show exactly how you can play.
Daze is on the Ultron now,
the
chat.
Infamous X-Men. Let's get this thing going, guys. 100 Thieves open up first on the offense.
Is it laggy on Twitch too?
And let the games begin.
Yeah,
Playing
their
around
Twitch
the
is
card
still
right now.
laggy.
Going to be on that Wolf as discussed. TTK's Emma plays really good on this map. Emma, definitely an Emma forward map, as it's kind of lane based, really good for her side of seduction and also just brawl in general. Delena almost finds one there quickly on the side of Daze, but it does not work out. Portal out with the team up side of Delena using Millennia there. We see some charge walk.
All right, yeah, let's see how they continue to go with it. If they had a great Hulk player, it'd be nice because they could go and use that fast.
Okay, now it looks better. Now it looks better.
Malek not to her usual with them. Now gonna go ahead and try to get that kidnap on Krabs. Great
Nope.
awareness there, avoiding of it. And right now, just trying to get things charged up for that middle front to back. TTK getting close to all eyes on him. But man, Swamp is just absolutely Damon here, locked in as Krabs about to already have that group photo coming up.
Yeah, we're going to see what that looks like as Winnie's able to find one. Millennia, Vinny, and Self again. That's a lot off the rip here on the attacking side for Thieves. Off the back of that, Sia. Looks like they're still making this work out. Everybody going to be back. No major need for Portal yet. Kraz does have that Strangling Prison as discussed. And again, there's really no answer.
It's called See Ya for a reason, buddy. Like, that's exactly why you banned it first fight, because just as fast as you can get everything else rolling, look at Forky Dog and Valentina, how far they are away and how quickly Millennia was able to get up there on their front. Absolutely textbook class. Dave's gonna get close there on the Age of Ultron to see what they can pop out on the
Okay, let's see this.
And there's always gonna be two fights on this point. With 4.12, this could be a big
Oh, this is tough to watch, man.
Get one with it. That's a massive one. Oh,
that was dirty. That was so dirty. Emma gonna pop shield there to stop the ultimate from Kraz.
Chat, what's happening?
Lights out play as they now are gonna be able to have ult advantage. But the first one that goes down is gonna be Kraz himself, who's gonna make sure that works out as we see some combination of Strangling Prison. Gonna press forward. Are they gonna be able to retake this point?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, chat. This should not be happening in a $3 million tournament overall.
It's a miracle.
Oh!
The sky is huge from Self.
Oh my God!
TTK are gonna find two more, and they might keep this moving.
I
here.
saw that.
Straight out of Animal Planet, bro. That was such a huge.
Straight out of Animal Planet, bro.
In the game, TTK punts with a diamond there for him. Daze, get out of here, he says on the Ultron, slicing and dicing. It's a miracle they don't have this point yet.
Wow.
Still able to cap the Swamp. This is insane.
Yeah, Swamp Gaming is holding it down. It's insane.
More as the amplifier comes out once again for Millennia. Millennia finds that pick. This is certainly not going to give them the rest of the
everyone
wheel to
just
go
died
on
as soon as
and
that rocket
on,
ult went
round
off.
and round. As the toddlers say, open up these gate ship.
Yeah, both teams just being really calm, cool, collected in comms there. There's no other ifs, ands, or buts about it. Great portal to get back, and they played textbook around that portal. Nobody went down. They were diving back in on the touch, rotating touch on a point, going back into the spawn door to get healed up, and they actually ended up getting almost everyone back through portal. But on the other answer, Thieves didn't panic about that. They didn't worry. They essentially just dropped back, played slow.
Why is this lag? I don't know. It's the production team.
Well done.
Yeah, man, that last
I'm checking their Twitch to see if it's happening on their Twitch, and it is, so it's not a YouTube issue as well.
Are going to continue now, and that's always great here. But Melophobia does continue to offer the same advantage to his team. Taking a look here, Legendary is close to it. They did have to pop that C on the last fight to win it, so going to have to potentially be a Legend by himself. Going to go ahead and stall this through now that you're down on the numbers big enough. All right, looks like he's going to jump in and slam down the belly flop. Kraz just putting the pressure to the max.
There, we're going to see Kraz be engaged in just a moment here. Does have that feast looking at the back line. Again, the idea for this dive stuff, especially when you're running something like Venom in more of a solo dive format, is you're just going to be playing on that card, ensuring it doesn't move, buying as much time as you can. But card's still moving, I'll tell you that much. And here goes the engage. We'll see if that Raging Royal Crush works out up in the sky. Daze is in that combo, but still well done by Thieves to stay healthy.
Yeah, I mean, they're having the rotation that you usually see over here from the eyes of Swamp Gaming, but does not matter as the front line gets it.
You know what's crazy as well, chat? And I don't want to glaze my boyfriends, but I have to glaze them.
Taking a look back,
they're casting
you got 2 minutes 20. As you know,
with all this lag.
Point, right?
So what we see is what they see, and they're still casting this game with what we see.
Quick hits and wins, and have them kind of fall at the right timing as well. When
so
it comes to
like they're doing a
even
great job.
Get the cards flying, dealing, loaded. Let's see if they fold. Melophobia is going to try to have to answer and get some escape, and he finds Valentina. Chip.
No, that is a huge pick. You get rid of the ult when you do that. So well played. Sometimes Loki actually the ult will commit even through after going down. But if Gambit falls mid-ult, does delete for the whole team. So great priority there. Find Valentina, who was just a millimeter away from that right side escape. Forky back on that rocket as discussed.
Look what they have available too, right? Because you still have 3 or 4 answers to what Swamp Gaming has nothing to, right? Like, this is exactly how you close out point 2. Such a hard point to do, but what do you even have? And this can be even tougher when you got Star-Lord, Peter Violence now, as it's going to be theirs to take ship.
Yeah, excuse me, that was
What did your boyfriend do to deserve you?
A
we
great
kissed.
attack on point 2. I mean, I'm surprised here. 100 Thieves. I mean, they're looking so strong. That is a very difficult point to push through. And they got that first bend of the card. I mean, it should never make it that far, that early on. They took point 1 over. And instead, it's because they actually used
No,
Portal.
I think, to be honest with you, what got me really close with Cozy and Shib is I invited them to do my tournament, and they came over to Miami. Obviously, we did the casting together. And, bro, watching them cast together has been so fun. And obviously, they casted my tournament, so it meant a lot to me. And, yeah, we got really close.
Allow the wheels to keep going. It was such huge awareness. Talking about macro play, the beauty and the details. That's exactly what you want to see here. If you want to try to punch your ticket to
they're really good casters, though. They're really good casters. They suck at Mario Party, though. Ask them yourself, chat. If you ever see them stream, ask them about J3 and Mario Party. They suck ass.
And Ship, I mean, they are just, it is a revolving door to the spawn room right now.
Yeah, this is looking really clean. Obviously, TTK moving forward, using that diamond form. But you might be saying, why? TTK is holding charge right now, folks. Make sure
Daze is on the Star-Lord now, so this is going to be pretty interesting. This is a huge push, by the way, by 100 Thieves, though. They got it all the way to 3rd point. I think this is one of the hardest maps to actually get this far on.
We will see a Royal Flush in just a moment.
Yep, into the legendary. Delena, you want to be a legendary DPS in this scene? Well, now is your time to prove to close off point number 3. He's going to find the best out of Daze. Finds another one. There goes the backline of 40. Make it 3. Ship. Delena, mixtape on, volume all the way up. He's jamming.
You know,
yeah, really
wow,
there.
Delena's 20.0.
Keeping the aggro. Swamp has a ton of ults. They've got to get in there and commit them quickly. But when you're
I am very proud of Delena, by the way, Chad. I don't know if you guys remember our previous watch parties, but when Delena was on the team with like Terra, he was always playing the characters that made Terra look really good. So Delena having the spotlight on him now is he's performing well.
Somebody with a Sonic Seduction matched right back by Forky in the Invisible.
Wait, what did Cozy say?
Still ult advantage from the side of Swamp, and it looks like they will retake this.
My
hey,
God,
appreciate that, Edward.
We said needs to win this map. I mean, and they are doing everything for it. This is one of the harder point 3s to cap. Good answer back from Swamp to get back into this thing as Scatter finds the late stagger there as Daze is just going to push on in. 34 seconds. They already know what to expect here, right? The portal play may have been a little bit of a weird one there on Krakoa, but they have that in the bag still as well. Agamotto as well. Dude, there's so much of a defensive effort. This is actually going to be a near impossible.
Watching this is like streaming on an N64. Yeah, tell Cozy that I think he sucks at, what do you call it, Mario Party.
There, but
why is Cozy in here?
The goal here is to try to find Valentina if possible with that ult available. It's going to be important because if they get a strong Raging Royal Flush here, when they have
I think an N64 would actually be better now.
There's just a lot to handle, and there's no response in terms of ults just yet. Winnie at 80. Valentina, though, going to be finding the first pick out of TTK. Expect that portal back, and we're going to see now it's just all about stalling here for Vinny, who's looking for anyone to try to get some of that overhead.
Wait, you can stall the point while in ult form on Venom? Chat.
Oh,
Self with the 2!
Agamotto, what a counter here. Should be enough for OT to start ticking. I do not believe the portal can get there. And what a defense from Swamp at the last point.
Oh, and it was so close, too. Might be blind, but open the eye right into Daredevil there to shut that down. Self getting both, man. If they would have just had, I mean, I'm talking it was a mere second. It had to have been on the way because of how fast TTK.
That was a good push, though.
Little sad that, you know, obviously you couldn't have dragged that out a little longer.
TTK was trying to portal.
Ultimate, but I mean, everyone focused. They knew it.
You think TTK was actually trying to portal, but you know what? He could have made that portal. You know why he didn't actually put it down? Because if he put down that portal, he would be obligated to jump through the portal to solve the point. But he saw that if he did that, that would add another death to his, what do you call it, KD ratio, and so he didn't put it down to protect the stats. TTK is always doing everything to protect his stats, bro.
If he can, just to buy time right outside the door, if it were to get there. But yeah, shout out to Thieves, and it's like a really insane attack there. You see the stat line on the screen.
Crazy.
And Delena's really showing up here with that combination off the Raging Royal Flush, finding 10 finals, Self with 9. And a great job on that duelist role.
Yeah, man, Delina's getting these opening picks so great, and Self is getting those back.
Damn,
half
Delina
right?
is
So it's just a
24-1,
perfect,
bro.
back and forth duo.
He's
TTK,
looking
we
like,
always know what to
God, who's
expect
that
from him.
DPS player that we saw
Obviously,
today,
not
Chad,
having
that was
the
doing
Angel,
really
which
good?
is
What's his
prefer
name?
on this map does stop and slow it down a
Fuck,
little
we just
bit.
saw him
But we'll see
earlier.
what they can continue
You
to
guys
do
know
on
who
the
I'm talking
defensive
about.
side.
I
They
can't
played
believe I'm
this
blanking
really
on his
good
name.
last time, and as they play defense, they like to
Jay3
kinda look
when he
into
was
the
playing
Adam
ranked games.
role and whatnot. Loki sometimes involved in that. Loki's going to be banned at the moment, but hey, they always allow the rogue. They're saying go ahead and play the Southern BA, and Self is going to pick up the assignment.
Yeah, we talked about that in the pick ban, that Self has been more so the answer to
Never
pull
heard
out
of him. Yeah,
side
ban.
of Rogue, who's definitely strong in that team up. We'll see if it works out for them on the triple line, and since they don't have that Wolverine to counter, it's even more dicey. Good copy up there, going to be able to use that Ironwood wall. So we'll see that get placed down in just a moment. Playing very aggro to the front line, but gets deleted out of the sky. Goodbye to Self.
Yeah, just I guess he's just using that res peeking to the fullest degree. And hello, Speedo season. We got the shotgun out as Punisher's been seeing all the glaze on Captain America.
Oh,
lately.
Daze
He's
is
gonna
on
show
the
what he can do here
Bucky.
with the
Okay,
back
we're
line.
seeing some new
As
things here.
Melophobia
The
pumping
Flex
and
God,
dumping
the
that
Flex God.
AK and finding more.
Backline and the front line, if
I think
you
the
will.
sound
You
is a
see
little
more
delayed as
pressure
well,
and
chat.
damage. Ooh, okay, I like this angle that they're looking towards up here, actually.
Yeah, it's like a
I don't
second
know
or
if
two
you can set up
delayed.
there, but that would be a spot I didn't know about. Melophobia put some more damage on. You can see that just all charge as a whole. It's pretty even, surprisingly, but Swamp definitely has advantage in this next fight.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously, a lot of this is going to rely on Millennia getting this first ult. And my God,
Yeah, it looks like the
winning
video
down,
got a
this is
little-
all the responsibility now. Millennia's got to stay alive, keep the team healthy.
The video looks a little better at least, but not the sound.
It's going to be a little tougher because I know when I play my Venom game, I ban that Punisher. That shotgun is lethal. But TTK once again opens up the door with Mother herself, showing knows best as the trans going out early without breaking the shield is one choice. Scatter's going to back out. And okay, shit, they reestablished.
A rocket got a kill on the. A rocket killed
Daze. Or when you sign a seduction like that, sometimes it's a good
does a
answer
lot
for
of
things
damage,
like
man.
Star-Lord, like Magic, some of that dive stuff, even DD. But if they don't have that on the team, if they're running something more traditional front to back, don't be afraid to use that to walk forward, force up shields, and just let your duelists do their thing. So great retake of space.
Ooh,
but look at the amount
watch
of
this,
ults
chat.
here
Watch
on
this.
Swamp. Melophobia starting up Self, trying to get that ult to make a big play. We'll see how it works.
Alrighty, here it goes. All the guns out, bullets with the
Huge, 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 huge,
huge. They showed last time they fought on this map. All right, this is their hometown court. They know if they could have won the domination, they'd go up 2-0 because they feel so confident in how they play on this favorite map.
Wow,
of
100
unique
Thieves
teams.
is
But Thieves show why
looking
this is one
really
of their
good
best.
today,
And they've
bro.
still got
Really
4 ults
good.
to use, though, buddy. This is going to be a tough defense to hold.
Yeah, they did a good job maintaining pressure or presence there. Like, they didn't panic. They held on to the ult and said, all right, we'll win the next fight. But the idea now is Self is going to try to use that last stand to pull Forky out of ult.
I like that. Free plane ticket for Sue.
Vinny here. Vinny's trying. Going to land. Gets the feast out. Looks at the back line, but does not force the boundary. Really good patience from
Oh, he
Forky
has
Dog,
ult though. He has
who
ult
knows
though,
it's
chat.
not
Oh, he
worth it.
lost his
Now
passive.
Vinny is actually going to be the first one to go down. That BRB from Millennia, maybe a little too out in the open there, is going to be deleted as well. And still holding on to every single ult we saw Swamp start this fight with.
Dude, I mean, the Venom is just so tough to play into Punisher. I don't think they were expecting it. You know, Melo doesn't play a lot of Punisher. Cap can always do well.
Oh, Ultra! Oh, wait, he already used ult. Fuck.
At times, the scattered man finds Self right off the rip, and even with
I was gonna say, he can Ultra out of the ult and kill her.
It does get that res out though, which is gonna give him a chance, but time is ticking. 1.39. Look at the block.
Oh, the body block.
Nice body block there. Well done by Scatter. He's taking the height. Does have that eye. Could be big. It's launched, and it is landing on the back line. Delena is going to fall. Forky trades with another. TTK takes out Melophobia, but the
they cap. They cap.
TTK.
Wait, TTK.
3 says not up in here with 30
Okay,
seconds
TTK,
on the
I wasn't
clock.
familiar with your
Time to carry
game.
with the K, man.
Okay.
TTK gets 3 down.
Good ult by
now.
Millennia,
This is
too,
what
to
makes this
solidify
team
that
different.
cap. I mean, the
Although
defense.
100 Thieves relies on this front line. On the front line, but the back is heavy. TTK continues to show why he is so scary here on the sticks, as you say best, buddy. We got a Kraken impact. We got the cars ready to pull, but up in the
Maybe
air is
TTK's
the
mad I didn't
legend
add him on my
of Thieves that
fantasy
took
team,
over
chat.
that
Thoughts?
top duelist spot for the org. Winnie has the cars to fly. You ready for this one, bud?
Yeah, it is going to launch quickly. The res comes back onto Vinny, who goes down fast. TTK's also out. Not a lot of front line. Delena, though.
Oh, my God.
It's back and forth here.
Get the health back. Get the health back. They can hold this.
Even through the chaos. 40 HP in a dream.
He's not gonna live. He's not gonna live. He's not gonna live. He's dead.
Forky gonna clean up Delena. This is a back and forth trade fest, but Swamp looks like they're maintaining for now, and Thieves are just biding time, dropping back into a doorway, playing more bunker. They're looking for this. Oh, cheating and dicey. Self is gonna shut it
Oh my God,
Thieves
bro!
are going to take this thing home.
Man, that was the
Technically
built-up
speaking,
aggression
this
from
should be
Cyclops coming into the
2-0
game
right
from
now
that
for
Wolverine
100 Thieves,
slamming
but they
down
threw
every
that
ounce
cough
of
game.
that win back shit. We are seeing the exact answer that we saw last time these two teams met. It was 1-1 at this point. We're here once again. Wow, color me excited, dude. This lives up to the hype.
What a battle here again.
What a
on Museum.
game, bro.
Multiple
What a
moments. I
game.
thought Swamp was going to be able to push through, but Thieves just making the right decisions, clutch plays at the right time. Well done by TTK there at the end to find that three-piece. And even better, at the final fight for the backline to just stay composed, even after losing two Vanguards
what's up,
early.
TTK?
And then
Is
the rest
that?
comes through to bring
Yo, what's
one
up,
back,
Lucky?
and Vinny was able to hold on. TTK got back to the
Nice.
fight. What a battle here, and this is what we love to see. 1-1 on our first matchup today, folks. We will be right back with you with more right after this break.
Bro, I'm going to be honest with you, Chad. I watched every single game of Marvel Rivals so far, and I, even just let alone today, I think this is the best series of the day so far. EMEA Grand Finals was a snooze fest. I can't believe the difference between the rank 1 team and the rank 2 team in EMEA is that huge. Yo, Uncle Jay3, I finally hit GM for the first time today. Got tired of being a quick play warrior and committed to the grind this week. Appreciate all I've learned from watching your streams. Thank you, my balding old streamer. I would have said W for you until you said that last part. W, bro. Congratulations. Congratulations. W. Also, Dime. Appreciate the massive gifted sub. W. Yeah, no. 100 Thieves is always putting on a show. They're always putting on a show. Who's that? Bro, if 100 Thieves win, I better hear them call Swamp Gaming swamp ass, because Swamp Gaming, when they won, they called 100 Thieves 100 what, throws? 100 trash, I think. So, hey, listen. They better win. Oh yeah, we have another 8-minute break. Chat, you guys don't like 8-minute breaks where they play the same Luna song over and over? Oh shit, wait. This is my favorite part. This is my favorite part. Hold up. This is where it drops, right? Oh yeah, this is a banger right here. J3, is there a rule preventing Swamp Gaming subbing Days out since he's a liability at this point? No, I'm pretty sure the Swamp Gaming has a player called a Median. And I don't know why he's not playing. They could substitute him out if they want, but I don't know. You guys are going to have to ask Fox about that, man. I'm not the coach. Hey, Boba. Boba. I have a special guest here today, though. Boba. Baby Boba.
Protect your ball, king.
He's looking at the popcorn bag. Jay, they can't. They have to decide subs before series, apparently. I don't think that's true at all. You decide what sub you want. You could switch out players every single map if you wanted to. I don't... by the way, Daimyo's with the 2 months, absolutely insane. And Steamos, appreciate a massive 3 months as well. Cristiano with the massive Prime sub. Appreciate it. New change, new rules. That is one of the dumbest changes I've seen then. That's crazy. Does anyone know who actually sings the Luna songs? Yeah, Luna. Next question. When is EU playing? About 8 hours ago. Yeah, chat. Every day starts. It goes EMEA and then NA. EMEA is always first because they're, you know, it's later over there, and we have to start here. Second. Bro, somebody tell the rivals that the drops are ass. Hey. I'm pretty sure they know that the drops are not as good as they could be, but they're improving. So, hey, chat, listen. You got to respect them for trying. They did come out with the extra 100 purple coins, but to be honest with you, it could be a lot better. If they came out with 100 like unstable molecules or something, or 200 unstable molecules, that would be fire. And then for 10 hours, I know 10 hours is a very long time, but if they put a coin for a free skin at 10 hours, that would be insane. Like, we remember those old green coins? That would be fire. Or free blue tokens. Yeah, I think free blue tokens would be crazy too. Yo, Dayo with the massive Prime sub. Appreciate it. Yeah. Jay, do you think refunds should exist? I don't think any game does refunds for skins, do they? I saw a lot of people does Fortnite actually do it? Oh, well, I mean, Fortnite's Fortnite, dude. But, I mean, to be honest with you, I think a lot of people are like... Okay, the Captain America skin, for an example. When he first came out, that thing was huge, chat, and it was funny. I didn't have a problem with it. I thought it was funny. But then, apparently, his, let's just call it a sword, because he already has a shield. His sword got nerfed. But I'm gonna be honest with you, that shit still looks like an elephant trunk. That shit did not get nerfed, and a lot of people are mad and want refunds. Nah, that shit does not. That thing is still huge. Yeah, man. What the hell? 12-minute break. They just went to a 12-minute break. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're fixing all the problems, chat. Give them a few extra minutes. They're probably, you know, who cares? I would rather wait 4 extra minutes or 6 extra minutes for the actual match to be clear and good. Wait, it's the same size. They moved the model's pelvic bone so it doesn't look erect while sitting. I don't want to know how you know this or what they had to do to find this out, but, you know, hey, I'm glad that people are on top of it. There's a thread on the main subreddit that shows the size isn't nerfed at all. It was just a bug fix. So you're telling me that if I go on Reddit right now, there's a whole theory and scientific, you know, there's scientific facts on that it's not nerfed and it was just a bug fix? Man, I'm kind of sad that my phone's broken now. I want to go on Reddit. Fortnite allow refunds for any cosmetics they altered after purchase. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Did not know that. Okay, chat. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be back. It's a 10-minute break, bro. We still have a lot of time. Give me 1 second. I just gotta go pee. Bathroom break.
필요할 때 내가 널 지켜줄게 간절히 법인 거야 운명의 소리 들려 여기서 저기서 날 찾으면 달빛이 날 비춰와 시작해야 let's go 어둡고 흘러는 우주 따뜻한 눈으로 감싸는 순간 신비롭게 녹아내릴 거야 좀 더 기다려 I'll be there 쓰러지지 마 끝까지 일어나야 해 어딜 가든지 극복해 힘은 너에게 있는 걸 소리 높여 노래를 불러 작은 걱정 따윈 던지고 최선을 다해 작품을 쳐봐 어둠이 떠날 때까지 아름다운 꿈을 밝혀봐 우리에게 달려서 그 세계 운명 어둠이 떠날 때까지 세계 운명 오랜 시간 간직해온 열망 까만 밤의 빛처럼 빛나 네 눈앞에 바로 어떤 나나 제발 딱 봐도 superstar 딱 보면 모르나 널 지킬 나란 걸더 지켜볼수록 점점 빠져들어 카리스마 넘쳐 흘러 oh yeah 운명의 소리 들려 여기서 저기서 날 찾으면 달빛이 날 비춰와 시작해야 let's go 어둡고 흘러는 우주 따뜻한 눈으로 감싸는 순간 신비롭게 녹아내릴 거야 좀 더 기다려 I'll be there 쓰러지지 마 끝까지 일어나야 해 어딜 가든지 극복해 힘은 너에게 있는 걸 소리 높여 노래를 불러 작은 걱정 따윈 던지고 최선을 다해 작품을 쳐봐 어둠이 떠날 때까지 아름다운 꿈을 밝혀봐 우리에게 달려서 그 세계 운명 눈이 부신 모든 순간들 지켜내야 해
Okay, I'm back.
내게 좋아지는 면
Okay, 7 minutes. Oh man, Jay, what happened? What happened? What's the long break supposed to be for? They're fixing audio and tech issues. How much time until the season ends? Pretty sure the season ends Friday. New season starts Friday. So, I mean, probably Thursday night, but... Do you guys think there's going to be a wave 2 of summer skins? I'm pretty sure they said that, right? Pretty sure there's going to be another thing. Yeah. Any dinos played yet? No, not yet. Not yet. Onion Ninja posted this. What the hell? There's no fucking way that they actually did this, bro. Sorry that you got timed out. Only subs are allowed to post links, but... Turns out cap size isn't actually smaller. Oh yeah, it looks real good. I have the model from 2 days ago saved in a Blender file. Just re-exported the same model from Rivals just now and there's no changes. Source, me. I'm one of those people who renders specific images. This is already not going well for Dyspenia or whatever his name is. Yeah, let's see this. After digging through the files, it seems that the size of it, I like how they're, okay, the size of it is actually the same. The model was unchanged. All they did was move the crotch bone during some animations now so it doesn't look erect while crouching. Left side, a screenshot I found from 2 days ago. Right side, a screenshot I took today. What's the difference? The only thing that they changed was some emotes. Oh, that's what I'm saying. In this screenshot, I cut down both models down, and in the middle, I put them next to each other. There's literally no difference. The only difference is now that he isn't breaking the chair as he sits down due to the readjustment. That's it. Do people really... I'm gonna need more bulge analysis. I don't buy it. I'm gonna need a more hands-on approach for this one. Come on, NetEase. Let the devil out. What? True, a more exposed model for comparison would be appreciated. Deep analysis? No. Duh. Oh my god, dude. Bro. This, what are we doing? Ay, 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 ay. This is what we're doing, man. This is what we're doing. I gotta take a screenshot of this, bro. I gotta post this to my own Twitter chat. I'm sorry. This is just too good to be true, man. Yo, Reddit, we good over there? They're doing... Should I steal that guy's joke? They're doing... Oh, man. They're doing... Sorry, not, they're good. No, they're doing... What should I say here, chat? They're doing like a thesis. They're doing Mead's analysis over there. Oh my god. They're doing a meat analysis over there for their PhD. Dude, I'm too funny, man. The PhD. Oh, there you go. Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, chat. Sometimes I'm very funny. Also, why do I feel like that time did not go down? It was at 7 minutes before I did that screenshot and looked at all that stuff, and now it's 6 minutes. Did it go back up? Maybe they wanted to give us some more time to look at Captain America. Oh, it was a bulge break. Wait, did Swamp Gaming swap out days? I don't think so. I don't think we know that. A whole lot of THC. Appreciate that for 4 months, my friend. Oh, Crossfade. Appreciate that for Prime sub. Yeah, they're probably struggling to fix the quality and stuff. I don't know how Marvel Rivals necessarily does it, but I don't think they actually have the same production team for EMEA, NA, and also, you know, Asia. I think they actually use 3 different production teams, which is kind of crazy, right? So it's never going to be consistent. It's, I don't know. How much time is a player allowed to warm up if the swap? It's not that, chat. Usually there's the same break for all the games, and if you need to swap a player out, the player's already like warmed up and everything. Yeah. Why don't they give the players a stage? They're gonna play on stage next. This is qualifiers for the LAN, bro. Which I think they're gonna announce on Tuesday. Yeah. How far out is the LAN? Next month. Usually the mid-season LAN is in August. It probably might happen like maybe early August. I don't know. Depends on, you know, they have to book a venue. They have to rent the space, rent the space out, build the stage, do all that stuff. And then, yeah, I think the grand finals is usually in November, chat. Like if you just go to their website, click on mid-season finals, it's usually, yeah, see, it says August. And then if you could click on the grand finals is usually in November. And they don't have the location yet. Also, there's no really prize. They haven't come out with the prize pool yet. I'm pretty sure the prize pool is going to be like $1 million like it was last time. Do all 3 teams from NA already make it to LAN? Yes, chat. All the 3 teams from EMEA, let me go to mid-season finals. So, for your LAN event, they're all doing their placements right now, but for your LAN event, chat, 2, 4, 6, main stage, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Wait, that's weird. For your LAN event, chat, you have Liquid Citadel, you have Swamp Gaming, and you also have 100 Thieves. Those are your 3 NA teams. Your 3 EMEA teams are going to be Navi, Virtus Pro, and Rad. And then your 2 Asia teams and your 2 Pacific teams are going to be Gen G and Reject, and then OUG and, I don't even know how to fucking say that word. Iconics? I don't fucking know. I have never seen this team in my life. But apparently Gen G is supposed to be a really good team. Oh, and they have Bobo. And FMCL. And Do It. Ooh, this team's actually really good. And I'm pretty sure if you guys come from Overwatch, there's Piggy. I'm pretty sure that's... I don't know if that's the same Piggy. Is it? Also, Gargoyle. I remember Gargoyle being an Overwatch player. Oh shit, are we starting? Oh no, it's a minute. Are you chill with that fake guy from Navi? I remember you used to duo with him. Yeah. He always wants to duo still, but he's obviously has more, he's a pretty chill guy. He's cool. But they obviously have a little bit more important things to do, like, you know, scrim and actually play in their tournament, even though they really don't probably need a scrim. They're dominating the region. You should duo with Trust Me. Hey, listen, I have no problem duoing or making content with anyone as long as they, you know, want to. So chat, if you have a favorite streamer or a favorite pro player and they stream, tell them to reach out, bro. I don't mind doing anything with anyone. I think maybe, I don't know, because I'm also like this, but maybe people are just afraid to talk to me Because I'm a streamer? I don't know. People are probably threatened, chat. I'm so tall and hairy.
Welcome back, and thank you for hanging with us through the extended break. The issues are behind us, with the biggest moments still ahead with one map each. This is going to be a good one, Shib, because let's face it, man, this is exactly how
Let's
it
get
kinda
it. Let's
played
get
out
it. Let's
last
get it.
time, but we could be
Let's
in
get it.
store for another ending.
Yeah, that was a fun one to watch, man. I'm sure the audience feels the same. And yes, shout out to everybody sticking with us. Dr. Strange takes a moment to look through all the possibilities before finding the solution. You know what I'm saying? But yes, dude, it was
Oh, I like
some
that.
huge moments, some big
Pretty
plays,
good.
and even bigger combined ultimates. I'll tell you that.
We know they just want to hear that Luna song one more time. You know what? Like, should we just do another break and just like throw it on again?
I'm pretty
Like,
sure
wow.
Cozy was listening to us, chat.
Our MVP though, and how that match played out. Obviously, gotta
Look
go
at our
to
boy.
the TTK.
33 and
stellar
3.
performance. And listen, last time Shib, TTK himself put on the carry pants and got it done in the lower bracket to push them
He
through
should
to
be
get the
33 and
land
4,
ticket.
but he didn't do that
Now
TP
the
to
same
stall,
thing
chat.
in
Just
their
want to let you guys
hometown
know.
map.
Remember? Stat padding.
Yeah, it just seems like he always performs here. It's very much a brawl Vanguard.
Also,
like,
wait a minute.
Perfect zone, and he just seems to always succeed. Looked really good on the
Wait,
Emma
wait,
there.
wait.
Some massive clutch moments.
That's my favorite DPS player, TTK, 33 and 3 on DPS Deadpool. That's what I
Cooking
like
for
to
himself
see.
to clean up the rest of the crew.
Yeah, absolutely, Nate. Listen, they had an extended break as players too, which could do so much. Like, Remix, what have you cooked up, right? Because the answer back last time ended up being a quick 2-1 on their side. Swamp Gaming, though, has the exact same advantage. Not all the teams flew their players out. Both these teams, though, are all together in person, which is, you know, definitely nice to cook up during these extended times. Taking a look at the stats, man, what jumps out to you?
A lot of things. Self with 13 finals, Selena with 15, and TTK with 12. Gotta be at the top of the list. I mean, having a Vanguard get that many finals, typically it's not the case, right? As duelists just do more damage, and they, you know, with more range, etc.
I think they used the last character that they played, chat. The last character he played was
huge.
Deadpool, so they
Emma
used
was a big
Deadpool.
part of that, initiating a lot of the time, and to me, that is why the MVP came through.
Yeah, bro, and also, I mean, Millennia only dying 4 times, 11 deaths from scatter and days. So, like, a couple things to highlight on that end of, like, all right, who... You know, and you can't always look at that because there's like the portal heroes and stuff that just like get that extra stats on. But either way, Millennia staying alive with the rocket is all that more important. Absolutely huge there, and just a great flexible strategist backline who has been impressing me more than usual when they do play. Now, we already know where this is going to go. All right, I hate to spoil it. We haven't even been told this, but I assume it's going to be all of the Jalia conversions.
I was just going to say,
Swamp Gaming
all of the Jalia.
They're dang near undefeatable at it outside of TLC. Clearly, we won't go there with how that played out. But either way, it was so entertaining last time these two teams fought here, Shib. I expect the same.
Yeah, I think they look dominant there. Again, you're going to go to what feels comfortable, especially at this stage in the tournament. We talked about maybe going to your unique picks. If you succeed there, this is their unique map that they seem to at least do very well at, and they know different strategies. Should bans come through, they've got different compositions that they're comfortable on. Yeah, I have no doubt that'll likely be the pick here.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look right now as we throw up the maps in the choice of Swamp Gaming. Again, loser will be picking the map as it's 1-1, and it is going to be at, wouldn't you know, Hall of the Jalia. Now,
Hall of the
these teams, they all
Jalia,
have
chat.
the maps of what feels comfortable to them, Shib. And, you know, if you kind of take a look at in the past why this is a map that they like a lot is there's a lot of ways to play it. That first point, obviously pretty tough. But you can approach the second point in so many different ways, whether it be dive, more front to back style, with the third point just being like dang near impossible to get a lot of the times. Like if you get 3 points on this map, typically it's yours.
Agreed. We have seen in the past some OTs getting all the way through, but yeah, it's really, really difficult. The spawn door is incredibly close, and there's really one main entry point besides a massive flank angle that's pretty obvious if you're heading that way, but 100% with you. Very hard to go all the way, and just as you called, we are here now. Looking forward to seeing what the teams will like to do. It looks like
I appreciate the massive prime sub, my friend. How
as
you
we
doing?
get into this ban phase.
Indict him.
And Days is already talking. Okay, what did I do when everything's going to be banned on my side?
Are the hosts
listen,
the hosts are really boyfriends? Is Jay trolling? I'm pretty sure both Cozy and Shib are married.
Two things that they did really well last time is they got rid of the wolf, and then they made it a one-sided rocket affair, right, Shib? And so that is what they want to try to continue to highlight. They were given the rogue to 100 Thieves.
To me, yeah, exactly. To me,
for the first little bit.
Yo,
don't think that's going to be a big issue there. We'll
appreciate
see.
the massive prime sub, my friend. How you doing? How you doing?
But it is the Gambit. It's the Wolverine. And hey, Gambit being the first ban, that's different. We had Mantis last.
That is true. That shakes it up a bit. The Mantis lock going to be coming in here for Swamp, obviously, off the back of that Wolverine. I don't think much is going to change here for Thieves. I liked what they did in the ban phase last time more than I've seen as a whole so far into Swamp. And I think Swamp's change here of pace, trying to get rid of the Gambit so they can't combine with the Star-Lord, makes a lot of sense.
Yo, Salte!
Appreciate
the match of 3 months. How you doing?
Value in that combination.
Yeah, Remix is cooking in the lab here. Let's see what he's put together in this big ban phase. That first
Swamp Gaming saved the Mantis, chat. They're going to run that triple.
If you want Angela for your TTK, right? Mantis obviously going to be a big hit if that's going to be left open, right? I mean, got to make sure you game plan around it. Now, I will say they're not used to having that available.
Banning
right?
Angela.
Sometimes we see these teams that get uncomfortable, even if it's a meta choice, if they haven't had a lot of play rotation around it. And that's where these flex DPS, the Speederys of the world, right, can really play a good Mantis. Got to see if that's going to be the assignment for Self. And I expect there not to be as much Daredevil love because of that.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good call out. You're right. There's really just a player on the team, and sometimes it is.
For example,
Self who maintains playing like the Ultron, the Rogue, and the Mantis, so it's kind of all over the place. But a lot of the time, like you're saying, it is a duelist that drops back to that Mantis selection. Loki going to be removed here for Thieves as well. Want to try to ensure that team up doesn't get as. I mean, crystals are so difficult to cut through if they do go to that group comp, which they're comfortable on. I don't think it's the best group map until final point. But it shuts down the answer to every ult.
Oh, this is interesting, dude. I thought they were going to save either the Rocket or the Wolverine, believe it or not, with how Self kind of rose to the occasion. Remember we said that, you know, the comments that were made about Self, and we saw the exclamation point that he just had. Rocket is gone. So you're going to ban the Rocket back right here unless it's saved, which probably
save it.
is, right? So now what do you do? Okay. Yeah, hey. You got to get that damage amplification.
Mantis and Ultron. Ooh, they're going to be pocketing Melophobia.
Thieves ban then.
Yeah, and this is a super ideal triple comp here for Swamp, like unbelievably ideal. We'll see how comfortable Thieves are running against it or into it. I do think if they are going to run triple, Groot is very much back in the conversation for an answer.
Rocket Raccoon. Wow, Swamp Gaming is going to have Elsa and Cyclops themselves too.
Just to shut down your
and Star-Lord. Star-Lord's always on the
but I think Rocket's also really good into triple, so it's tough that Thieves are going to allow this through and not have it on their side.
Yeah, no, it's a good point. I mean, obviously we know Ultron, or Days will be playing the Ultron, and so at least shutting down Forky Dog on the Rocket and forcing a bit of a who's going to play what, you know, transition. But what this does, man, and where maybe this wasn't exactly there yesterday with TLC, was Melophobia gonna have to step up big time, right? You're gonna have all the damage boosts in the world. How can you utilize that? We saw energy, maximum damage on the leader of the X-Men, right? Now this time around, we'll see them lock in as defense is first up for the Thieves as they lock in. We get a Thor appearance, the only time you'll see that. And now we'll see how they want to handle this first bit of a point that can really go either way, bro. We've seen teams punch in here quickly and others stall forever.
Stay strong.
Yeah, a little bit more. There's a pretty scary backlines across the board here. It's going to be the exact same mirror of that triple, but the Vanguard line will be the difference. Kraz is very strong on cap statistically. For the early side of Ignite, was one of the top Vanguards in the entire game on that hero. Scatter on Rogue is also getting through this ban phase, so I'm not sure how I feel about it landing. I guess I'll feel or see how we feel once we see what it looks like with that Ultron drone on Cyclops.
Yeah, dude, Rogue's not made available a lot for this team, and Self doesn't play a lot of Mantis, or at least we haven't got to see and witness a lot. So this is a ton of new hero play on a map that definitely favors Swamp Gaming. How will they choose to utilize it, man? As Days is going to go in with the team. They love to take this high ground ship. Very, you know, advantageous for this team in a lot of ways. Obviously, the first Avenger going to get a little bit of distraction going on the inverse high ground. You know, you always want the higher than the high, and that's right side's the place to do it.
Yeah, let's keep our eyes on here. His teams are setting up for the moment. Days.
Do they still have the audio delay?
You're going to go very aggro on this attack and look upwards. No portal play off rip to try to find some value.
Yeah, they still have audio delay.
But
at least it's not lagging.
Really just stalling and maintaining in this
the audio delay is still there, but
still going to have drones in the major front line. Delena able to find Days first. Goodbye to the Ultron drone that's going to be on that front line moving forward. It's going to force everyone backwards. So a good pick in that moment on a priority target.
And that's honestly a first. Typically, Swamp Gaming always gets through this first pick very easy. I know on 100 Thieves last time they did that with really no hassle at all, but Delena was unable to get the pick. He almost gets Melophobia out of there. Staying alive just barely is going to be from the Luna and the ice behind. Now Delena again rotating. He's going to see Craftsman. Look at that headshot precision, just getting rid of that first Avenger as quick as possible. Good rotations. Both teams kind of playing up to their positioning, allowing that point to cap ship.
Yeah, I would take an audio. I'll take an audio delay over like a stream lag any day of the week.
Getting a shield in front, a lot of the poke stuff. CTK on this Magneto. Seeing some more play from some of the top teams on Magneto, even though you can use your laser through the Meteor M. Up goes the Rage of Ultron, matched back by the Soul Resurgence of Valentina. Nobody goes down just yet. Overhealth for days, and the side of Swampers are walking forward.
Oh, they're gonna have to get the point.
By the dance floor, but Delena gonna be the first to go down.
Dude.
From 100 Thieves.
Yo, TTK, let me see your LeBron James, bro.
Starts up a dance floor
Oh, no, he's probably gonna...
But the Meteor M
He's probably gonna save.
Here. Is this gonna be a problem? We'll see.
Let's see
TTK hits
it.
the
Let's
sky.
see it.
Scatter
TTK
is able to find self.
Oh, God.
Ooh, okay, he got the
Back in
Mantis.
day when TTK always slammed down the jam down, and this is kind of awkward, right? Because Delena now forced to give up the Ruby Rage, has to get the portal, kind of seeing if his team was going to make it, even with the pick going to commit. I like the call. Soul Resurgence up, out, and healthy, as everybody now is going to try to push back. Days can respond from the skies. Look at the focus on both the strategies to keep him up nice and healthy. And shit, right now, it's the Glartrox. It's hungry. If this comes up
Okay,
to the stomach,
Melophobia.
absolutely
Melophobia. This is the win condition, chat. Melophobia has to hit a fat Glartrox. I mean, actually, not really. You
Really
gotta
good play
pick.
by Mello and Valentina there to get that pick onto the front line of Vinny. Still has that Glartrox as discussed, launching it now, right at the end of time of that show.
Oh,
Really
he got
good
both!
Positioning as everyone
Oh!
falls. And that
That was
will
a
be
smart
point one
play
a
by
very
him. He
clean
used his
swap.
ult, and then he
Who
went a
wants to
little bit
keep
to the
this
right so he can
momentum
pick up
moving forward?
Yeah, it's such a good
TTK.
spot for the Glartrox in so many
Huge.
ways. The monster is out and devours the front line and more.
Huge.
You know what, though? Not a bad hold if you are the Thieves. Obviously, having get rid of the Ruby Rage for the portal. You know, we would have liked that to be Vinny or whatever, but either way, 3 minutes, 30 seconds is about a minute and a half better than they did at this point a couple of days ago. We got the bonus up on Kraz. You know why? Is because Venom and that distraction to get those cooldowns out is important, but ever more to get that constant damage. Vinny gonna go ahead and be a little bit of a distraction before he hops out to help the backline and peel.
Vinny applying pressure there. Again, onto Kraz. Both ults going to be very close. VC Davis could be a big problem with that anti-scatter. Going to be the one to find the first pick onto Delena. Vinny drops back, knows the team needs to reset. Millennium with the Rage of Ultron. Only ult available for now, but Forky is incredibly close. So is the front line of Swamp, matching back by a few from Thieves. There's going to be a lot of Qs pressed here in a moment.
Ooh, you got to get that damage amp over to Vinny. Vinny is your time to shine. This point is not going the way you want. You're giving them all the space and pressure, but
Damn,
Vinny can
dude.
get a huge pop in the back line if able to do so. As Millennium comes up from the sky, it rains down the explosions below. There goes the show going on as Forky Dog pushes more of the abyss with the damage amps.
Uh-oh. Oh my god. Huge play by Krasmang. Ulted Winnie, and Winnie was in the middle of his Luna ult. Oh.
Ooh, yep, that is a
Wow,
great
Swamp
attack
Gaming
again
rolled
by
that
Swamp,
second
who
phase. They had a little bit of
seemingly will not let
trouble
up
in the
on
first
gas,
phase,
and
but
that's gonna be
first
a
point, but
cleanup on the rest
damn.
of the Thieves who are forced into point 3.
They play this map so good.
TTK on Groot? Oh, okay, I was about to say. I've never seen TTK play Groot in my life.
Would have liked a lot of different play from specifically there, maybe the front line of what Vinny could have done to stall out. But either way, still have that Soul Resurgence. Delena going over to the Soldier, which is good. This is the point. This is the match breaker. You know, point 2, most teams are going to make it through, Shib. How can you anchor up in your own hometown of Wakanda to keep the gates clear? Kraz going to get the opening pick. Self has been picked now a ton early on.
Yeah, Millennia going to find Melophobia to trade that back a bit, but again, the point's just moving here. They keep finding their fights so late in on these tracks. Like, he really got to try to find fights earlier if he can, and it looks like Swamp is not allowing that to happen. They've only got one fight on point 2 that really mattered, and that cannot be the case. So you can just tell Swamp just understands the movement of that front line, the taking that space and immediately committing on the back line before they can even scooch up a little bit. It's like they're controlling all of the pacing here. It's lights out play as Valentina's holding on to that Soul Resurgence, ready to press that Q and walk him forward.
Again, I don't think they were expecting not to have Gambit. This does not get played a lot from the Thieves as the Glartrox comes out. No connections there. They've been getting these picks on Mello. Would like to see them play.
I
a bit
hate
more
that they
aggressive
didn't play
if another
Wolf
pick
plus
comes through.
Cyclops.
Team is alive. Kraken Impact ready as the Age of Ultron up. Extermination down. Throws it as Willie
I
has
think-
the show. Would like to hold on to it if they can. We damage amp this Kraken Impact. Here goes the Groodle. And they're going to slam down, forcing the show on their side.
I think they're trying to match the triple support.
Yeah, it's just really smart. Melophobia again onto Winnie Scatter with
Oh,
so much
and also
space
Delena.
owned, is gonna find the back line.
Delena,
look back
what
at
do you call
TTK
it?
And hit the delete button with that punch. Well
Delena
done. Again,
swapped
it's
off
just
Cyclops to
back and
go
forth here.
Bucky,
Scatter's gonna
man.
have ult early and steal from that front line. It's going to be Swamp's fight to lose on a
I
very defensible
think
point 3.
Swamp
so they're
Gaming
looking
wins this map, chat.
unreal.
They are looking
Yeah,
very.
I mean,
Oh
this
my
is gonna be
god.
tough. Obviously, it's gonna be a bit of a neutral fight.
Yeah,
on the
but
strategy end, there's
Swamp
no
Gaming's
one
looking
gonna be
really
using
good on
force.
this
We're gonna
map.
Obviously, have the Rogue ult here to continue on the Heartbreaker. TTK, if he can find at least one strat, and at that hit Valentina would be a big slowdown.
Yeah,
for the team.
no, damn,
Melophobia
that's
gonna
tough,
find it.
bro.
Below
They
the
did,
point,
dude.
guys. already
100
gone.
Thieves did
What are
so
we doing?
good on first point, and they
Yeah,
just
I mean, that was
fumbled the
idea
whole
there.
rest of the
Super
map,
smart play
bro.
from Scatter. Just use that to stop the Meteor M. I think they must have tracked that it was close to Meteor M ult, so just waiting there for TTK to move forward, stealing that percentage and to not allow him to go in with that Meteor M and find any value. And that's just heads up, smart decision making. The entire play there, the entire walk from Swamp seemed calculated, and I don't think we saw a major slip up. I mean, it's so hard to defend against this team.
Yeah, that's why we said that map too there at the museum was so
Damn, bro.
necessary, right? Because we kind of had a feeling
Damn.
that this was the way it was going to go about. If anyone has a hometown map,
No,
every
I
team
think they
kinda
were
has
expecting
one,
the
right?
Ultron
Quite has
save.
the hard
Daze
pivot.
is
This right
Daze is
here
doing really well in that
Swamp
Ultron.
Gaming's, and they're showing it. Now taking a look at the stat
But-
ship, what's jumping out? I mean, it's
Well,
it's
Self is
crazy
0 and
because it
6,
felt
but he's
like
playing
things were
Mantis
playing
right
fine as Self
now,
gonna
was he?
cover the torch, I'm happy, but it just- they never had a
Oh,
fair team fight
that's
at
a
the end
little
of 22 and 3.
interesting. They're switching
Yeah, I
out their
think we gotta show the
DPS
most,
players.
just
They
like
put Delena on the
smart
support, and they're
play
putting
by the front line. I
Self
think
on
Kraz and
the.
Scatter need love here. I think Scatter first off, shout out to the
torch.
fact that you're running Rogue without the team up. I think Rogue's really strong right now. I think she's even stronger with the team up, but still
Oh,
in the
you guys can't see
conversation
it?
for
My bad.
one of the best vanguards in the
well, you
game.
guys can't see it?
Able
My
to get out
bad.
there, get 6 finals. The whole idea from Swamp there was get
Listen,
the win
chat,
on the
I
point
can't-
and then
what do you guys want me to
run
do
these
about my face
vanguards
cam,
up
bro?
as far as possible and immediately full engage the back line.
Here,
and
my bad.
that
I'll fix
ensured
it.
that Thieves only had 1 or 2 defenses on every single point.
Okay, let's get this.
It is so hard to escape from that, and that's just because they're running triple into triple. If you're faster on your Vanguard line with the triple comp and you're able to control the pacing like that, you win the game.
Yeah, and they got a comp that they want. Now, Self is going to be on the torch. You get this nice little roof to hover over. You can go either side, and what you want to play is more of the assassination torch. He can complement any team. If you want to play on the flank, though, that more front to black, it works, as he's going to use that cooldown now, get the 2 bursts down, but guess who's looking for him? Bello already knows the assignment. Do not land on those 2 blasts. It's going to be a one-shot KO for the team. Everybody is eyeing Self here. They saw this yesterday from Speedery, man. Elophobia looking for that pick, making sure none of those strategies go down early.
Yeah, this is one of those characters that you can play well into this comp as your solo duelist. A lot of damage and burst potential, and that's what you need right now. Is this front line is just
TTK
all
plays
over your back
Groot,
line,
chat.
driving back to try to peel for a moment and forcing
Am
eyes
I
away. And that's
high?
what needs to be done. So it looks like
I
they're trying to
have
find a
never
solution
seen TTK
to what
play
has
Groot
been
in my
a dominant
life.
Swamp game.
Yeah, and you can peel here a little bit if you want to set in the prisoner, just get the Venom off for a moment. Good job from Self. Again, that dive in is your best use with the 5-second cooldown or increase or decrease on the cooldown. It allows you. There it is. There's the dive. That's what I was looking for right there. It's just going to finish off the target.
Ooh,
5-2.
Self.
Is doing it by
Okay,
himself.
seeing a little bit of the Human Torch, chat.
Giant
Any
Torch
Torch players in
finds
here?
that value. Now set up the prison.
Hey,
make it tough for
Torch.
anyone to stay on
He's
the
making
point.
Torch
They're
look
all gone,
viable.
and Ship, it's near impossible to portal back
Okay.
into this because you can set up so easily here on the Torch. It makes it just a tough decision to make, but they're going to try right here now.
Oh, here comes the portal,
Yeah,
bro.
it's
Here
coming
comes
in
the
that
portal.
corner, facing away, likely from the targets exactly. Very well done in the portal, textbook. But yeah, no setup just yet from Self.
Yeah, like I was saying today on the in the interview. A lot of people are hating on the meta right now, but I think the meta has a lot of different characters. I think this is the most diverse
Yeah, that primary shotgun can be tough to land.
pro
but not as hard,
scene
but
that we
when they're all
have seen
grouped
so
up
far.
together like
There's
that,
a
great
lot.
job and use of the torch. Again, one of the I would say slept on
I mean,
ultimates as well.
then again,
The
I feel like
Supernova can go
there could be
absolutely
some different
crazy,
changes and
especially if
some
you're paired
different
up
buffs
with
and make
not
more
only the
characters
boost,
viable,
into
but
a strat ult
I'm
with
pretty
that.
sure Season 9 is going to be a banger,
Delena
chat.
on that Ultron.
I'm sure-
Typically plays that, but with the complement
I believe in NetEase, bro. I think they're
charging
doing
up
a
your
great
Johnny
job.
Storm. Let's see how they
Hashtag
answer.
shill,
Find
I
another
guess. I don't
back
know.
line.
Yeah, there's going to be a ton
I'm
of
being
ults here.
optimistic
Again,
here.
It's that triple back line. They can just charge incredibly well when you do have something like Venom or even Groot in the front line where you can just pump in those heals. Day is going to start off with the Rage of Ultron, looking at Millennia, who escapes for the moment. Nice movement there to be able to hold on through that as it's matched back now. Will this Rage of Ultron find a little more value? It does force out a dance floor, so that's a net win here for Thieves.
Already as the invisible boundary goes up, and again, as the Torch player, the #1 ban I want is Angela. Such a hard counter to Torch. One charge up spear and a hit, you're gone. Scatter gonna be switching over to that smart play, but also gets rid of the Rogue Shib, where I like the value that you're getting even in the counter pick. So Resurgence on, Valentina focus, as you can now see the Supernova up in the air, and they're gonna try to get the best of it. Nothing comes. Self is gone already. Goodbye.
Yeah, we might see a change up here from Self as they are counter swapping. It might need to be matched back. It looks like Forky's going to be able to find TTK.
Oh, that was
Swamp
actually
did a
pretty
great
funny to
job here.
watch.
And that
We've
just
all
goes to show
been
you how
there,
strong
chat.
the
We've
team
all
they are.
been there.
They have other picks
Yo,
in their bag.
it's
They
Sun-
understood where their weakness
it
was
sets-
against something like Self on this
it
torch, and
sets
they
to,
found something to slow it up. And No change yet from Thieves.
This is kind
I
of the problem.
can't
We keep
read.
talking
It
about
said
this. They
Suna
answer
plays
something, right? They
versus
get
Massive
counter
Prime
shift, but then they
and
kind
Folder
of
with a
swap
Massive
too
Prime,
late.
so
We
I appreciate
continue to
it.
see that domination early on the second
I can't
map.
read.
Again here, they're going to kind of stall. Delina and Self both died together. That's the time to swap up and get something new. No, they want to go ahead and stick
That's a
with it.
very
As Winnie
early
is
support
forced to
ult.
get the
Damn.
Soul Resurgent up. TTK going to try to hit this rare group ult that we see from him. Obviously, we already know Vinny, typically that tree. Now eyes on the scatter to try to keep that torch alive.
Yes,
See if
the
they can
winners
maybe
of
get
this
something
gameplay,
rolling. They're going to
Team
dive
Liquid
in,
Citadel
just a
next.
little focus on the cooldowns is what Vinny's doing here.
Yeah, it was a good play there. They're just going to try to force out freeze and walk away, and is going to be able to do that and charge up that back line again with all that HP. That's the idea. Strangling Prison is huge from TTK. Gonna
Huge.
find three off the back
I
of
never
that
knew
play,
TTK
but
had the
stall
Groot
is
in the
still very
bag.
much here from Swamp, doing a great job making sure this thing does not move far for that moment, and that's the difference right now with Swamp and 100 Thieves. Swamp was able to fight here for a moment. Thieves' first fight was right at this door because of the engage from those vanguards. Just a little bit of a different play and understanding of this specific map.
Yeah, it does allow you to set up though the bunker side of Torch. If you're just gonna get the prison out early, and again, kind of just forces. You're gonna take an instant of damage when you enter the prison, and you're also gonna have that overtime effect, right? But you're really just looking for that first instance of damage and then capitalize on it. Now we're gonna have him kind of dealing with the Venom, which is an interesting.
A lot of
choice
extermination,
either way.
chat. A
Jay
lot of
goes the assignment,
extermination.
though, going straight after
Melophobia
that
gets the
backline.
oop. Nope.
Both fall, and again, as you just highlighted, buddy, they now get another wipe most likely, and that just slows down all that momentum.
Yeah, a minute and 41
Okay, chat.
still on the clock
I will
here for
say,
Thieves. Ult
I didn't
advantage
know
gonna be
what Swamp
slightly
Gaming
in
was going to
their
do when they get the
favor,
Wolverine
but they will
ban,
have
because I thought they were going to be
Kraz and
handless,
Forky
but
on that
Daze
combination.
is
We know
popping
what
off right
PCD
now
does
on
can
the
do,
Ultron.
but it's empowered by that dance floor. Keep your eyes up for that. It could be a big play on that back line.
Alrighty, so finally we do have a little bit of the change-up, as stated. And Millennia, Winnie, I mean, they have all the ults to do so now, right? But again, it's all about that point 3. Typically, teams can kind of force their will into point 2. Minute 39 is going to be damn near hard to match, but at least getting the objective done is what the goal is. Delina on the leader of the X-Men. Let's move, as he's going to try to move forward. Take this angle route. And again, Scatter is just such an underrated Angela. Can just be such a nuisance, man, across the board.
Yeah, and Self and Delena trading up here. Is Delena going to be solo on now? That Cyclops. Kraz able to find TTK as Self trades with Melophobia, but again, numbers still there for Swamp, who do have ult advantage. It's going to be a tough one to burst through here. It's anyone's game. It's all about this first pick now, and hopefully you ride that momentum. See who's able to make that work here. Is that pretty much everyone besides Melophobia should have ult by the end of this next fight.
Yeah, maybe play more aggressive frontline wise, TTK, and you know, if you fall, go to the Strange and see what you can do from there. You have 3 different chances, but they're gonna be matched. It's gonna be Affinity War out here, man, with the colors. You're gonna see absolutely crazy graphic cards at display.
Oh, that's a huge pick. That's a huge pick. But Swamp Gaming has 5 ults.
Knows that he needs to keep away from this heaven falling. Just like that, gonna combine the ults, try to find that value shift, but they live through it.
I can't believe that was. I can't believe they helped through
Dude,
that.
oh my.
Melania pulls out one with the invisible boundary. The dance floor is there. TTK trades with Daze, or excuse me, finds Daze Self onto Valentina. Really good invisible boundary there in a clutch moment to keep people up when they were incredibly low. And now Thieves have the momentum and ult advantage. Swamp used everything. Wow, that was some good heads-up play by Thieves, who were able to stay healthy through some major combinations.
Yeah, here comes the portal play. You have the Feast and the Ruby to put together to see if you can get point 3. But yeah, I mean, they had to use every bit of their strat ults to keep alive through that chaos as well. Here comes the Ruby Rage. Can they connect with the Feast? They're combining it as well. Both of them are going to fall. They're going to find 2 important picks at that, but they do lose their leader of the Thieves and the X-Men. One goes down to Scatter. Focus on Emma now. So they're going to go ahead and get that pick and move on to point number 3.
God,
So
dude,
don't have
I'm
the
gonna be
time.
honest
Right
with you.
now
I
it's
don't
about
think they
finishing.
do it.
A minute 39 ahead is a lot, obviously, Shib, but it's doable with how
I
this
don't think
point
they do
one
it, bro. I don't think they do
Yeah,
it.
the security system's down and the windows are open. Thieves are trying to sneak in here and find a point 3, but there is a minute and 39 still
chat,
on the
I don't
clock
think
for
it's
Swamp
doable, bro.
after capturing, and they didn't even have that on their full push here on point 3. It goes to show you how strong Swamp is, but can Thieves ride this momentum? They started off hot here in this last 2 fights. If they can keep it moving, they might be able to make it happen into OT.
All right, they're back on over to the row. Like the swap up there from Scatter, especially in the limited skies here. Delimit, though, gets that backline nuisance, which is going to allow this card to push through, right? So you've got that going for you. Here comes the Ruby Race. Everybody's in the hallway, Shib. Look out as the paint is red. Limpy going to follow. Self going to find his way to the grave, but TTK farming up that ult. Can find a combo here.
Yeah, another pick there from Val on to Vinny, and those are big picks. I mean, TTK or Self went down with 99% to alt, would have been crucial, and now they're going to be some alt gain from Swamp to just kind of lessen that gap and make sure they have the answers for the Rage. So playing a good game right now on this point 3. Swamp is very smart, but look at alts here. A lot to commit, but it can be matched.
TTK getting dangerously low. He's going to lose the ult over here to the Rogue, who's going to try to funnel out the point ones. Both Invis and TTK got low as the show goes on from Forky Dog, trying to put this team into the third act of this matchup. Now, let's see that Eve has the Soul Resurgence to match Winnie. When he pushes forward, Self gone as well with his ult. So right now, Shib, they've got to rely on their pure, raw talent. Can Delina find the opening pick from afar, hit him with the Ruby Rage, and try to find that value? It's now the yellow bar.
Oh, that is big though. That is big though. That is big though. That is big though. That's a Captain America swimsuit size big, chat. That's what I'm saying. That was fat. What a huge combo with Delena and TTK, bro.
Will they be able to answer back and get here? The touch should be available. All 6 will be ready for this fight. It's
okay, Vinny needs to pop off though. Vinny needs to pop off. They only have Daze as a support ult.
Was open, the fight was closed just like that. Vinny has to nail this beast of the abyss. Can't
Go!
use it for the survival.
Oh, he was so close. Good support ult. Good support ult.
Trying to keep the team healthy in this boundary. Got to find a pick here and the value.
Oh, they wasted all 3 ults. They're so healthy, Vinny. Vinny, this is your moment to shine, Vinny.
At this point, any pick is massive. Swing the fight.
TTK.
Wow, that is a huge pick. Walls are up, making it very difficult to get through. Vinny has slept here. Good.
TTK. TTK got 2. TTK.
Towards the back line. The point almost gets left for a little bit.
Come on, TTK. Just sitting on top of You're a Fortnite player. Keep putting up the walls.
The walls are still there, but they're playing around them. Trying to
Come on, TTK. TTK again.
Up here, and it looks like Thieves.
They actually did it. Okay. This is what they need to do. This is what they need to do. 100 Thieves had a really good first hold. They're on offense first. But if they have the same hold and they do really well on offense, chat,
in the esports scene, America, can 100 Thieves get it done?
TTK 32-6 with 12 finals.
They go with the same approach. The torch. What do you want to see from them?
I'm not sure. I think what they've got now, for Thieves on the defense, I don't think they change a thing. For Swamp,
true. Exactly what I just said, chat. 100 Thieves had a really good defense, bro.
They made the right changes, I think, on the last fight, but it's very difficult to come out of a door on point 3 when they're fully set up already with walls and really find success. I liked the Rogue a lot from them, so I think that's not a bad decision, but it looks like Angel's going to be the stay here from Scatter.
And we already know how this is going to go. Melophobia, got to get that Glartrox ready to summon from the Pokeball, my man. I mean, how the big difference was last time is Delena got the opening pick across the map on Melo, and then they kind of slowed down from there. They've got to find themselves some type of stagger to slow down, because you're right, man. There's so many dangerous ways to approach this. Expect the high ground. I like the Angela pick here, too. That's a sexy one, as it gives them plenty of options on what route they want to take.
Yeah, this is tough, man. This is crazy. I think both comps have looked strong. I think both teams have looked strong on their attacks at moments. There was, I would say, more issues on the defense for Swamp than we ever. Their attack was lights out. I don't think they needed to change a thing. Thieves were able to adjust. I think the adjust of putting Self over there on the Ultron off the torch was the right decision. I think the initial play on torch was nice for point 1, and then it kind of fell off. So well done on them to find a solution on the retake that they never have really done in front of us against Swamp.
Okay, all they need to do is get a tick, chat. If they get a tick, this is winnable. All they need to do is get 1 tick.
Either way, we'll see how they want to
1 tick.
This front end.
1 tick.
So the big advantage is
good pull. Kill him. He doesn't have a swing.
So we'll see if the
kill him.
able to farm something up in time.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god.
Self gonna go ahead and try to get those early poke damage. Who can get this first pick from afar? Good rotation right now from Thieves. And I need to push up on this as Vinny now is riding the wall, looking for the backline hit. Here goes the damage amp. What can they make of it?
We'll see here. They're just kind of farming all. It's been a little passive. It's traded here as TTK and Kraz go down. Both Vanguards. There's 5 seconds on. The touch needs to come through. They cannot forget about it. Now the touch is there. Should buy them a few seconds. Maybe a portal from TTK. Yes, a portal's coming through. Vinny needs to stay healthy, and it does not. OT falling quickly. Is the portal going to get here? 2 go down. This could be the home from Swamp they needed in this overtime. It looks like it will be, as it's going to be very difficult to stall alone on point.
They can't get off the point. No.
Not today, as they hold in this overtime.
And that portal took an eternity, it felt like. I mean, the fall early from TTK, I thought that portal would have been back in time, but you're right, man. It's just Once you lose one, and then it becomes a time issue, and that is where every second matters right on that cap. Even 10 extra seconds could have been at least another fight and an ult rotation, and now gonna have to play to perfection. I mean, we've only had one draw chip, maybe? Like, it's gonna be near impossible.
I remember it, though. yeah. Definitely on the table, but yeah, I mean, against a team like Swamp, this team just... They do what they need to do, right? They just find the solution they need, and they seemingly stay on top of their game consistently. They rarely make big mistakes, so this is their moment to bounce
actually,
back.
if they do draw this will be the first time I've ever seen a draw.
For Thieves when they went through.
And someone had a question earlier. What happens when they have a draw? I actually don't know. I don't know if both teams get a point, both teams don't get a point.
Funny enough, too, I think it was Sentinels and Thieves, wasn't it, for the draw? I feel like it was back in the...
it might have been.
It was last year. Either way, this is an historic map in Rivals esports history and finding its way once again here. Just like we're at the grand finals, guys. Nope, we are just in match number 3 between these two teams, starving, wanting their chance at revenge. Obviously, Thieves towards Swamp, and even more so, Swamp towards TLC. Now, defense approach. Holophobia going to flex the Widow. I know it might be the joke, the Zaza, this and that, but let me tell you, he actually plays Widow to a good success, going to get that damage amp and try to pop those back 250s. Will he find the chance? Chip.
I don't think he's actually playing Black Widow, chat.
Yeah, just waiting to see
he was just waiting to see if anyone was on the right side.
Smart. So the idea there, folks, look at the top right side, see if anyone was going to peek to try to essentially call out the comp.
What's next? Are we going to get a Squirrel Girl, though? Can we get a Squirrel Girl going?
Electing to play smart there from Thieves. Maybe they expected that could be happening for something like a scrim. The whole team walking forward very quick. Notice this pressure from the front line. This is what I'm talking about. So threatening, and it forces everyone to turn around, giving your team infinite space. Swamp does that like no other.
Yeah, and you can play differently when you have the time.
Okay,
right?
let's see this. 2 minutes, chat. This is going to be tough,
now,
bro.
They're able to push them
2 minutes.
The point completely. Gotta watch out. Cannot even give that little bit of space necessary. As now
oh, Vinny, don't die, bro. Vinny, don't die.
Go ahead and pop their key ultimate abilities now. It's Valentina pushing down. I mean, TTK's doing a good job just keeping this point contested at this moment, Chip, but this is looking
I think SG wins this, bro. They have really good positioning.
One tick will do it. No one's gone down yet, but I think it's a matter of time. With
nah, TTK is gonna die. Yeah, chat. I think this is GG's, bro.
And the Glartrox is available. Just
he has Glartrox already, bro. He has Glartrox already. Yeah, GG's.
Do it. The touch is there, but not for long. Goodbye. Off the back of the Glartrox, as discussed. Really well played here by Swamp Gaming on the OT.
You cannot bury a team that lives in the
That was a really good game, though, bro.
I mean, hey, it was
that was a really good game
for making it a little bit closer than it once looked on the offense approach. But man,
that was a really good game. But come on, man, 100 Thieves, bro.
Finals. We're now down 2-1, and Chip. I mean, that is why that first Dom is ever important, and now could bite the Thieves once again to be their arrest. I mean, 2 back-to-back matches when it comes to Swamp Gaming.
Yeah, again, that was their map. They've looked great in that map, and now the Thieves will have their selection of map coming up here to see if they can bring it to a 2-2 series. Keep it locked right here, and we'll catch you after this break.
Damn, dude. Let me see something here, chat. Bang, bang. Nice. Damn. What's the score right now? The score is 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. It's getting hot now, man. Oh. Team Luke and Citadel might either 4-0 either of these teams. Yeah. But we'll see. We don't know for sure. Well, that's mean.
Hope you're doing good. I do less than
My advice to the 100 Thieves is get rid of everyone not named TTK or Delena. They're never going to win championships when half their team is ass. Chat, that's mean, bro. That is mean. Yo, Koo with the massive 9 months as well. Appreciate it. They are literally fighting for 3rd place, chat. 3rd place is good out of how many teams that probably tried out. Jay, hear me out on this theory. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what the hell that link is, but I ain't clicking that, bro. That is definitely a scam. I'll click on that link and suddenly I lose everything. I lose everything. I ain't falling for that. Jay, did you get your phone? Nope. I did not get my phone, chat. I'm trying to sign. Bro, Apple is so stupid. I'm done with Apple, man. Apple pisses me off. I tried to sign into my Google account, my Apple account, and I didn't know the password, so it locked me out. And then I was like, okay, recover password. They're like, okay, well, you can recover your you can reset your password in 3 days. I wait 3 days. Then it said, okay, give us if you can't remember your password and you can't use your cell phone because my cell phone broke, give us another phone number. I used Emily's phone number. They're like, okay, we'll update you in 24 hours. Okay, 24 hours passed, and I'm like, okay, what's the update? They're like, hey, we have a new update for you. You have to wait 2 fucking weeks. And now I have to be here with 2 weeks now to reset my fucking password. Bro. That is ridiculous. And now, let me see. Where's my Gmail at? Gmail. I don't care about Gmail. Gmail. I can't download Gmail. I can't even sign into. I can't even do Gmail now because my phone is. I have to, bro. I'm done, man. Nah. Just go to an Apple store. Oh, thank you, chat. It's almost like I already did that. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. How did you break my phone? I didn't break my phone. Apparently, your motherboard on a cell phone can fry. Never knew that. Never knew that. That's crazy. Oh. Chat, I did not fry it. I was streaming when my phone stopped working, bro. What did you do to fry it? I took a picture of Captain America's new skin and it just said file too large and then it just fucking turned off, chat. What do you want me to say? I don't know, bro. What? I wonder where we're going next, though. I think we're gonna go to another hybrid. I wonder if I could go to my carrier. Will my carrier be able to do it for me? Probably, right? My carrier definitely has to be able to do it. No? So my carrier's useless too?
Tides will rise and fall. Be the unwavering force that refuses to wash away. Coast undefeated as Captain America's Seaside Sentinel, Loki Seaside Siren, and White Fox's Coastal Kamiho costumes. Available now all the way till July 31st. Does Cap have a slightly larger hitbox in that skin? It's for you to decide. Coast, how do you feel about these skins,
There's
buddy?
no way
Oh,
they're
yeah,
saying
well,
that live on broadcast. There are no way they're saying that live on broadcast, bro. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way.
You know, man, it's been great to have these summer skins come into the game. And again, we said this last time. They said on Twitter, they're like wave 1. So will that mean we get a wave 2? We'll have to find out. Now, if you're coming right in, guys. Once a year ago, Thieves were kind of the kings of the scene. The
You guys
standard,
heard that?
If you will,
They
along the
said
ways,
wave
but
1.
this
We
time,
actually
Swamp
might get a wave
Gaming is
2.
showing exactly why they
We
belong
actually
towards the top.
might
And in that
get
grand
a
finals
wave
repeat
2.
situation against Team Liquid Citadel. Now, we find ourselves on match number 4 in this best of 5 shib. And listen, buddy, I mean, we kind of find ourselves in the same shoes that we were in last time. I think we're going to probably see the same kind of map rotation. They like their Midtown. I mean, Thieves, though, they've got to find a will and a way, because if this goes to 5, bud, there will be a way that they can sneak out this win.
Selfishly, I wanted to go to 5 just because I'm loving how well these teams are playing against each other. They're both stepping up, and they are not giving up by any sense of the word, always looking for something new. But the MVP going to be going over to Scatter, who has played so well, and I think his rogue was game-winning throughout that whole series, and I'll compliment it again. I think it was the driving factor
I can probably
behind
access
why they
it.
were
Wait,
able
chat.
to attack so aggressively.
No, for sure. This is a player that I highlighted at the beginning of the show. Us just does not get enough credit for being such a lethal off tank, as these teams are getting locked in. And you know, we did talk about and mention, as we will look at the stats in a second here, about them potentially picking Midtown. Thieves,
chat.
you know, it's just, again,
Might
it's
be
a very solid front to back map, and we already know, funny enough, TTK on the group, but we know that they traditionally love to play front to back and really enable some of the way that they play. But Swamp last time really made it look easy against them in New York.
Yeah, I mean, these stats across the board here, a lot to highlight, but, you know, at this point, it's like, you know, beating a dead horse. It is just, it's all clean. Everybody's looking good. Stats on both sides are matching up. There's Delena with 14 finals, right up there with Melophobia with 13. Melophobia's Galar at the end, literally game winning onto an ult that came in from Winnie at the very last second. There's so much that I could announce, some huge ultimate combinations, but either way, it was really anyone's fight to lose. And that overtime, I'll say Swamp kept stepping up, but that attack side from Thieves looked very strong.
Yeah, for sure. And Days, got to give it there. You know, that was, you know, somewhat of the weekend in TLC and kind of in the map that they did end up dropping, even somewhat in that domination, but really flying high on Ultron there, and against what, you know, Self was doing and what they could do, you know, was going to be tough to kind of handle. But either way, man, I think, you know,
damn, TTK did 32,000 damage. Delena did 41,000 damage.
We really liked Swamp's game plan after
the Yo, Thoy with the massive 2 months, my friend. Appreciate it. I hope you're having a great day. Mr. Brood with the massive prime sub as well. Appreciate it.
Which was kind of, you know, starting to bite them. How crazy is it, Shib? We went from teams giving Thieves Gambit because they did not fear them to, okay, even Swamp is like, we got to ban it.
Yeah, I think that's a sign of a team that noticed that that was a weakness. I think you need to address that. You can't let that go. Anything in the ban phase that comes off as something that teams can exploit, you have to work on. It can't be the situation. So shout out to Thieves for being able to make that something that is now a strength for them. So it's forced to be banned out in the ban phase. But either way, these teams have been downloading each other. These best of 5s have really been exposing some of these weaknesses in the bans and have really been helping teams kind of come with some more unique solutions. I've been having a ton of fun with, man. I really do like these best of 5s.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, each time you kind of extend the series, we continue to see teams adapt better and better. And that's why, you know, BO3s are fine, but we typically love to see how teams kind of adjust, not only the maps that they're comfortable with expand, but that's why like the grand finals are so entertaining at BO7, because there's so many chances to come back and find a will and a way. As we take a look at the maps, we will be going on over to Midtown. No surprise there. This is the Thieves fave.
Yeah, it's another
chat.
Focus map.
J3 Socials with the massive gifted sub, my friend. Appreciate
things like that, Emma, like that, Groot, and find success. I do think it's very strong for, especially point 1, for some of that dive on defense, because you have the immediate height escape routes. It's great for Angela too, although there aren't necessarily off maps. Like I'm saying, it's all about that height for natural cover, and they can absolutely utilize that here. It's also good at triple cops, which both teams have been able to play in that backline. The Atom could come out. This is one of those moments that things could be different, buddy. Any thoughts in major changes to the comps? Maybe that Atom?
Yeah, okay, so last time, yeah, they got to play. Delena was on the Atom a lot, right? TTK was kind of mainly on the Emma. Vinny floated what looked to be like a mystery hero. There's like 4 different roles. He was trying to make the Rogue work at first, then moved on to the Groot as, again, more traditional. And Self was, I would say, floating between that Psylocke and Daredevil. When it came to what they banned and picked out, Angela was gone right off the table again. This is going to be interesting, though, because when they open the ban on Wolf, right?
Jamie with the massive prime sub. Appreciate it.
On your side and kind of go with the same route that they went on Museum, man.
I'm going to get an Unk
more
phone.
The same. Gambit probably not going to be an option for them, though.
Yeah, I could see that likely being removed on both sides. It's gone back to kind of that flow, although we'll see. I mean, because they did just have Thieves lose to it, so maybe they're not as much. Okay, there's going to be the Gambit remove on Thieves, and they're going to remove the Wolverine. Similar start to what we've seen before.
Yeah, so with this next save, it's going to be more of the same. I expect them to go
Me too,
with
yeah.
what they've had.
Okay, let's see this.
and the funny thing is, though, again, I don't know if they want to play the Mantis, right? But, maybe you will if you have the Adam Warlock this time around, right? Because that's the sustained comp that they like to play. So maybe they roll that. Delina knows and understands his assignment. Let's get that ban on the Rocket, though. Make sure we get some of the essentials. Loki, they're not going to have any of that team up from that front to back, and it's a wise use of the second ban.
Yeah, if they're going to lock Mantis, you just have to do that. Unless they showed the power of that when they were running that combination. They're going to be able to save the Mantis here too for their first lock. This has been it's the new go-to. For a while there, Mantis became the front target, and that might be the case as they head over to Team Liquid Citadel. If Swamp ends up moving forward, or if Thieves move forward, that might change up. But yeah, for now, Gambit's going to be that priority. Wolverine's going to consistently be that priority, shutting down Days, and that just forces with Mantis through the Loki every time to be removed.
Right now, they're like, you can play Gambit if you want to. No worries, because they're going to give one versus the other. So Loki going to be banned. It kind of, is going to play their hand at that save. These are the two that are the most interesting to me, because do you go towards the Mellow, which they've been trying to do with the Cyclops and friends. Nope, there it is. Now, Angela was banned last time from Swamp, second up on this map. So, I think TTK is fine. Emma, as you know, plays fine here on this map. Like, it's going to be one that isn't exactly like a terrible decision to lose your Angela play. This last ban, though, I mean, do you just go with the Rocket?
I think you need to. I think Rocket's not bad unless you really want to go after TTK and do the Emma and kind of force them into something different. If you kind of can force them into, I don't even know, like Thing for the Brawl style, it could really mess with their flow. But I do think Rocket's the right decision right now.
Yeah, so they're going to go just with that. And for the last save,
It's like the same
when we
bans
just
from the
looked at
last map, though.
The map they pulled off, they didn't really care to have the Rocket on their own end if needed. Going to save it right now.
They're going to save it, yeah.
And ensure that is so important
Makes
for this
sense.
map, man. Yeah, because, I mean, think about how many, like, second, third fight scenarios happen here, and that res just giving that one more chance to make a play.
Yeah, the BRB, like you're saying, can be the seventh player, but also it's just the Sia right now in combination against triple, and that was the mistake they made last map. I would argue is you want to try to find a way to counter the triple besides maybe running it as well, and maybe not as successfully. Clearly, it wasn't as successful in the last map, even though there were moments where it looked like it. So your solution to that is to have the Rocket Sia, because those empowered abilities, including things even like Cyclops, even Star-Lord if played properly, you can burst through Strategist ult. That is your goal. You want the Groot, you want the heavy dual assault combined with the Sia to burn through the Strategist while they're ulting and try to find a trade with a KO and remove some of those ults. So it's really the way to play it right now, and that's why the pros are doing it all the time.
That's going to be fun to see what they utilize this, because they have access to the Star-Lord rocket. Definitely going to utilize that to the best of their ability. Obviously, Swamp is not going to allow the Wolf here, as Delina gets up. Doesn't want to be on cam. Get me off the cam. He's going to focus in, quickly. Going to be, locking in there. But yeah, I do expect, obviously, Delina to swap the two roles once again, the Star and the Atom. What is Self going to go with here? Because that's the question mark. It was the triple van last time with the Magneto and then a little bit of the Daredevil. Do they float that again? I mean, it's tough. If you don't get that value on Dive, man, it's over quickly.
It's strange because they can run the Ultron. Ultron's not banned out. Self could absolutely run that. Cyclops is on the table. Star-Lord is still on the table. There's a lot of powerful duelists available here if they want to run the triple or the 2-2-2 style comp. And I think if you do get Rocket, 2-2-2 is like a good way to go about it. But you're not going to run like a Mantis Rocket in a 2 comp. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, exactly. That's why it's going to be interesting to see the way that they want to roll around it. I mean, when you look at what is in Self's hand, because just talking about Self in general, I mean, this guy does have the carry gene a lot of the time. When you have an Ultron save on the other side, it just makes it that much more difficult, unless again, you match it on the other side, but then you're not enabling the dive as much as you'd like to. I think the Wolf ban was actually a perfect answer, because that was the game plan that I think Remix cooked in going into this the most important matchup that these have had this year.
Yeah, I think that's a smart decision too. I'm with you. I'm behind you 1,000%. I mean, because yes, they can have Self run that DD, but the idea behind Ultron as a whole, for folks who don't quite understand just yet, is you play Ultron to protect your backline. He's very offensively forward. You're constantly charging up by dealing damage, but you're leaving those drones on the backline, rotating them to any duelist that wants a damage boost in the moment. But anytime they're being dove, you rotate the drones back, you shield them.
If I buy
and
a phone from Apple,
you peel them the whole time, because what is DD going to do to an Ultron who has good movement in the sky? Not a lot. So you don't need to ban that out. So
man, I have to wait 2 weeks.
The banning strategy here, like complementing what you're saying with Swamp, is very smart.
We can see, you know, I love that we're getting these player cams. Dylan's with TTK working on maybe a game plan or two as these teams are looking to get set, and now they are ready to lock and load here momentarily. But yeah, it's a good point, man. It's funny though, we've gone full circle. We've gone from you know, Coach Rock saying we don't care about the Wolverine on the side of Thieves to having to establish that man, my man, and we are here.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you though. If Swamp Gaming does win this and they do have to play against Team Liquid Citadel, Team Liquid Citadel is gonna ban the Wolverine, and then they're just gonna walk over Swamp Gaming again. I think.
Maybe it is worth removing that. Kind of a problem. So. We are going to see this start up now as you can get a floating.
No, 100 Thieves is not out. It's 2-1 right now. If Swamp Gaming wins this next map, they're out.
Chosen by Thieves to be their play off rip. It's going to have Vinny on the group.
I can't go into a physical store, chat, because I can't sign into my Apple account. They just can't.
And Winnie on the strap pool, which found success yesterday.
No, Emily, that's literally not the case.
But just keep that in mind. It's very strong.
Bro, I love this because at Museum today and yesterday, Self was like, you know what? I will absolutely rise up to this role that I've stepped into as the new member of the Thieves and really just shining bright, man. And
okay, let's get this.
Get that job accomplished.
You guys ready? Let's get this.
Rolling. Again, one of the more interesting first point fights. You're always going to get that portal very early on, typically a 3-point fight or 3-fight point, if you will. Self on the Star-Lord, though, swapping on over. Haven't gotten a ton of that as of late, man. So that'll be interesting to see how they pair that up.
And we get right into it. Yeah, the rotation of the comp here going to
be
very
it looks like Swamp Gaming is going to run the triple again. Daze is going to obviously play. He's locked in Ultron jail.
But can steal that diamond form, which makes her even more scary. Krasming already at 32% on the group. Goes to show you how fast that
Wait,
can
is
be
TTK
farmed,
in my chat?
especially when you have that Mantis on your team. Self with the first pick up.
Okay, that's exactly what Self's assignment is. Hit the Ultron out of the air. They don't have the rocket to get the makeup comp, right? So at this point, you're going to have Daze decide if he goes with the Strange point back and how the team's doing right now. They're pretty healthy at that matter. Hard to take down a big Rogue and Groot comp. They're in the front line. Going to go rotate over. Good use of that. And Porky Dog is very close to match the show. Winnie's got to press Q as soon as this is ready to pop. We'll see if they use this aggression like they always do. Here we go.
Yeah, there's to see it from Winnie.
Good spot for the for it though. I like that spot right behind the bus. Your whole team gets it and they go walk forward with it. Nice. And they are winning the fight. Good shit. Good shit. And Porky Dog, I think, popped his ult too. Nice. They got a support ult out and a tank ult out apparently. Now Vinny and Delena have to combo.
Be used in more ways than one. Vinny gonna go and set up for the portal here. See if he can find. The ult in the back. He finds the whole team in the Ruby Rage.
Wait.
Wow.
He's gonna find success.
Yeah, that is dirty. That's great ult tracking too, because it's actually, just for those who don't know, if you use Strangling Prison with a Ruby Rage, if they use Invisible Boundary, it keeps everyone healthy. You cannot get a KO through it. So able to understand that it wasn't ready yet, and they find that pick on the back line should be enough for them to get point one.
Also, Val, appreciate the matching done, my friend. I'll try something. I'll try something, but I appreciate it. Oh my God, Delena. Oh my goodness, Delena.
Got a ton of Delena on the Klops. Obviously, the last time they did play here, it was banned out when they had that important match for 2 days ago.
Hey, that's a good cap though, chat. Usually there's a lot of people full holding on that map.
Not talked about underrated ones, but comes with so much clutch factor and allows you to play more aggressive. As you know, I think Peter Quill can play in so many different ways, front to back with the team, farm off the tanks, you name it.
Okay, now it's time for Self to pop off, but he's probably not. He's gonna force the support ult down.
Oh! Being hidden here.
Daze is off the Ultron jail. Wait a minute, chat. Daze is on.
Not necessarily using it to cut LOS. It's not a bad idea here. Scatter with the dive, trying to pull an ability, I believe. Gets diamond form off TTK. Going to be able to use that in a moment when needed. Scatter with that ult available. Melaphobia and Valentina in comparison to Self and Millennia.
It's a game of adjustments, though, and just like that, Daze is going over as I speak of the Devil. Will be going to the Daredevil to counter what Self has been able to do very well. Unfortunately, they were ready to set up the
airball. Melaphobia airballed his ult, though. Wait, they're still going in. Pop off. Kill everything, Self. Kill everything, Self, before they destroy your amplifier.
Go ahead and get rid of that Sia quickly with the freeze as well. Holy. Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah,
ooh, Scatter Genji waiting. Oh, okay, I like that.
Valentina's ultimate.
Oh, I like that. He was hiding in there, jumped through, and I like that.
Second and potentially a third.
That was smart.
Great
I like
engage there, pulling some of that ult charge and all of the stats. Just
that is smart, chat. Using the map to your
Who needs the gambit when you can play her like this?
Bro, I swear Millennia just got snapped out of there. Like, we saw the vanishing effect, like, from the ult, man. And not only that, they didn't have to use much, bro. Like, they still have 4-key ready to roll. They can damage amp that and get the piece of the abyss there from the Venom. They're going to open up with the Devil. Love that. And just dive in with the Rogue, right? See what you can find from it. Delena throwing out the Ruby Rage is going to find success in the back. No Feast use those ships, so it is 5v6 at the moment. And they also going to have the res, so essentially 7v5.
Yeah, Vinny landed, I believe it was a combination again with Vinny and Delena, excuse me, off that combination, just pulling away from Forky Dog's dance floor, which I think is actually very well done. I think just isolated in that moment, they took advantage of it, but that is a 2-for-1 trade, and they do have the space off it. It likely is worth it, but those are those conversations you have when you're doing some VOD review, saying, hey, maybe we could have got more with that. Days able to find Millennia here, make it 2 now. Days, like you're saying on this switch, getting infinite value.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of value now.
The big target at hand to go after Days. And could not finish off that elimination. I swear I find more and more breakable environments every time I watch the pro scenes as those pillars fall. And Days is on that comfort, pick, and hero. Get that man off the Ultron and let the Devil out, buddy. And if you look at what's available, man, still plenty of time. Got a minute 47. That's a world here when you're looking at it. But man, in Midtown, they've got to get at least a 2.5-point cap against this team.
Agreed. 2 is very, like, you know, it's defendable for sure, so you feel more confident. And I'll tell you what, Swamp is doing a great job not panicking. Again, Days is able to find Self, who has found early picks in 3 consecutive fights. The amount of value in that is absurd. Days now still holding this position, knowing that they're going to have to reset. Let them burn this time. Do not engage. Do not overstep, and do not fall at this point as they start off with a Sonic Seduction.
I mean, the blind leading the blind, quite literally, bro. We got 2 of these Daredevils at it.
The blind
the
leading the blind.
The diff going, and just like that, Soul Resurgence and the commitment is coming from Swamp. And again, Scatter finds that quick evaporation of Millennia. Now we're gonna go ahead and get that res up. Gonna force the back. Good awareness from Melophobia. Gonna set up for the Glartrox and look for that opening. Maybe get the trap. Set the first. This is the hallway. Look at him go under the tunnel. He's gonna find the monster loose here. Doesn't even need it. He's got the guns.
Yeah, that was once again huge.
Oh, I feel so bad. They forced out a support ult, but they're down 2 players already. Down 3 players, actually.
Single pick, but no, even through the combination,
chat, this
that's
is,
2 ults for nothing. Vinny
this might be a 3-1. We might be going to the grand finals right now.
It has been dominated here by Swamp ever since they got pushed to this corner.
Might be a repeat.
Yeah, that was a common, bro. That wasn't a legendary at all. I mean, that was they're gonna want that one back for sure, and we've seen that sometimes happen with the Thieves, just, you know, trying to get ahead of what is their demise right now. 20 seconds. Got the Devil as well as the Glartrox. It's be very tough to deal with, but you can paint the path to victory. Follow the Avenger into it now as Vinny's going to try to keep the team alive. But man, everything crashing down on the Thieves.
Yeah, Kraz able to find one once again early on. 4 seconds on the cap. Needs to touch. Vinny does make that happen, but Days in Scatter all the while get 2 picks, and this is once again heavily in Swamp's favor on this fight. Trying to stall for a moment. The portal will not be able to get here. So, oh, okay, maybe now, as they're still making it happen for Millennia on the dance floor, juking to try to stall with Vinny, and now the portal will come through, excuse me. Yes, there it is. Still on point, but I don't know if it's enough. Delena, though, finds Melophobia, and that might be the case.
Gotta keep your eyes on the point here as one is gonna fall yet again at this point.
You gotta get through the portal, bro. The portal's gonna close soon. Get through, get through, get through, get through.
And Venom so hard to take down at once. They're trying to find their opening. Forky Dog finds Winnie. That is gonna be the Swamp song at this point. As now Self goes out, she can't follow. Goodbye, Thieves. You're getting locked up back into the Swamp jail.
It was a good first point push, but
defense. Shib. I mean, that might have been right there. Watching the demise of Thieves in this lower bracket run unless they put up a defense of the ages.
Yeah, they couldn't find their momentum again. Swamp, just a brick wall right there against the Thieves. It was, I don't even know the correct way to go through it. They just played perfectly again. You know, finding picks prior to every single combination of ultimates, every single engagement, and then Thieves eventually just got tired of waiting because the ults were cycling
Days
from Swamp.
is
And they said, all right, let's just try to make it
26
happen.
and
Even
2,
down numbers,
chat.
they forced out ults. They used their own combinations, and they just could not get anywhere with them, as we can see
Maybe,
from the stat line. Days with 9 off that switch onto the DD, like you said, was lights out.
Maybe Days is like, hey, you guys think I'm a Wolverine one trick, but guess what?
I gotta give Days the flowers here. I mean,
surprise, motherfucker.
Been out first each and every time, but to come back and have a performance like that, quite literally, objection from the lawyer in New York. He won every court case, buddy. The hammer slamming down.
Yeah, and I liked this comp. I mean, rarely do you see the Mantis 2
Hey,
comp
we've
unless you're in a
seen
composed team
100
like this.
Thieves full
Typically,
hold before,
you're gonna
though.
wanna run
We've
that
seen
Mantis
100
2
Thieves
comp
full hold
when you
before. They
have something like
probably
a
could do it
survivable
again.
Frontline like Rogue
They
and Venom. They wanna
probably
have
could
their
do it
own
again.
abilities to stay healthy because you want to be able to stall and escape and come back and get the healing slow paced over time, and paired well with a heavy burst healing strategist like Luna. So really good, unique comp that keeps working out for him.
Do they go back to the Thieves special where they end up having the old sustain comp to Lina back on the Atom? I mean, that's what you're gonna have to do when you can't push far into point 2. At that point, it's kind of left to, how slow can we get things, brought down our speed, our level. It's gonna be tough.
All the
They got a
casters
good
don't
first
stutters
point cap,
behind
so they can't
Beyond
waste a
Me.
good amount of time, but
They're the goats.
The problem is where that point ended up there on point 2.
Wait, what
is
are they
like,
doing
it
right
could
now?
even have gone
Yo,
down the
Delena,
ramp, buddy.
sit
They would've
down,
had
bro. You're in the middle of a
much
game.
bigger fighting
Yo,
chance.
yo.
Yeah, it's
Yo!
tough when they're set up that hard. I mean, you saw DD.
Why are
every
they
single
putting
fight,
iRemix on the
up high
controller,
on the
bro?
roof, calling out where they were
Let
all
TTK
located.
play. What are they
Essentially
doing?
used like a UAV
He's gonna get the
beacon,
fried
right? Like, just
grease
there
all
telling
over it,
everybody
man.
What they're planning on doing, where they're located, and then it was like time after time, an early pick from days before the fight, like we were
Yo,
discussing.
did
And then
iRemix
at that point,
finally
it's
just,
yeah,
like,
you can
crack?
force out ults, but you're
TTK,
likely not
God
gonna
damn
win.
it,
You're
give me
down
the
a number,
controller,
and
fuck!
They always had an answer, so I just really liked their defense there. That was something that was textbook for sure.
TTK, this is how you play tank,
Defense
bro.
through the offense,
I need
right?
you to
Like,
stop
they were
fucking
diving
feeding.
the hell
God
out of
damn
things.
it.
Like they could
Yeah.
not form a plan.
If you
man.
don't
Like,
lock
we've
it
all
in
been
here,
there
bro,
in
you're
the
gonna start
ranked games, right?
fucking
Where it's just
working
like,
at
you just, like,
McDonald's with
stop
me.
for a
Oh
second
shit,
and
I don't want to
match
do
that.
that. Oh
Just
shit,
slow down
I'm
for a
reading their,
second.
I'm
It's
reading their
happened on
like.
Midtown for me so many
Oh
times
shit, okay, I'll
because
lock in, I'll lock in.
there
Oh,
are so
iRemix
many
is like, you
corridors.
better.
Want that hero
Fucking walks
moment
away.
now as Thieves look like they're all getting together, whether it be for an issue or some team morale, as we do find ourselves on a quick pause, and the most important pause.
Oh
these
shit,
things.
everyone's coming over here. Everyone's coming over here. Oh
They're
shit.
trying to find a way through this, right? Like we're working through here to
Uh-oh.
get them on the attack, folks.
TTK
so bear with us. But
he's stressed, bro. He's
seems like
stressed.
Thieves are just they're trying to study up, saying, what can we do? Let's talk through this. Let's group up. Let's find a way through. As you see Coach in the background kind of giving some discussion. I'm not sure what the answer may be. I think
Ooh, TTK's like, nah, bro, listen, I'm gonna lock in. It's not my fault, man.
Like,
Not my
kinda
fault.
yeah, we
You
lost
guys
styles
can't
really
counter
good into
one
stuff
person
like that,
on
where you wanna stay
Daredevil.
as a unit and utilize your
Days is
the fact
over
that you
here
have a ton of
chilling. He's
brawl
just
and
like,
push
huh,
potential
they thought I was a
instead of
Wolverine
trying
one
to,
trick. These guys
separate
are
and attack
free.
like they were doing
100
there, because
Thieves,
it was just being dissected
more like
by DD
100. What
in
did
the
he say?
dive
Trash.
What is this giant image of the of a girl?
And then Valentina was like, "Oh, that's a good joke. I haven't heard that one before."
The mental, right, just is so different from Thieves to Swamp
Agreed.
right now, and it's gonna be tough. Swamp is going to, if they win this, man, they're gonna have a tight turnaround, folks. Faster
Jay's
than even
just
some of our extended
yapping.
breaks to get
Bro,
ready
it's a
for the
break. I don't.
final
We're
boss of
waiting. I
TLC,
don't know.
but,
I'm bored.
That is what is, I think, on a lot of their minds. Job's not finished, obviously, but man, like their revenge, like they're hungry. And
Oh,
it's a tale of
Millennia was
opposite
like,
sides,
yeah,
buddy.
nah, I'm
Last
trying my
time
hardest,
when they were
bro.
in this
You
kind
know
of
what? I'm
playoff
gonna kick my
scenario,
feet
it was
up.
TLC that got sent down to the
I'm gonna take a
Lord.
little nap.
I believe it was Thieves, right, to go back up.
I believe
yeah,
so.
we lost, I guess, but they're the ones that had to fight through the lower bracket gauntlet, and keep the hands hot.
Yeah, these teams they know each other now. I think the secret of these teams is trying
Oh my
to find
God,
something
where's
different,
his-
and we're seeing
where's
some
his
more
legs?
changes in
How
how
do
they
you
play.
game like
We
that,
have seen
bro?
this
Oh
Memphis
my
Cup before
God.
from them, but it was just executed so well. And
That
Thieves
shit
who-
looks
who
like
I
it
think they had a ton
hurts.
of momentum on their comp. You saw their attack; it looked pretty dominant.
I don't think he's
And,
crisscross,
shifting
chat.
like
I think
that,
he's
putting
sitting on
Days
his
the
legs.
DD, using this
Oh
more
shit,
damage-based focus
Valentina's
on the
listening
dive.
to the
backline
fucking
was not able to get through that door for
Luna
a
K-pop song
millisecond, and
again.
that was the game
Ooh.
plan, and it never changed.
Ooh.
It's very
Vibe it
tricky.
out,
They
vibe it
gotta
out.
find a
Look at
solution.
those
They didn't
moves,
change.
bro.
It's just seeing Val just rocking to some music right now, hyping up.
The vibes are ever high, my man, and you love to see it. I just can't wait, personally, to see all these teams here at LAN, because that is where it's like, new territory, especially for Swamp Gaming. Thieves, most of them, majority have been to LAN before, and you look at TLC, that whole roster pretty much.
Ooh,
has
I don't know
the
what
all-star
Emily's
team.
cooking downstairs,
So it'll be
but that
fun
shit
to see
smells
them and how they kind
good.
of play here on what will be their biggest stage either way. But yeah, man, listen, I think what a big chunk of this is, and what
Oh,
they
wait,
like
it looks
to
like
do
we're
a
coming
lot
back.
is utilize some of this time to test
Emily,
things
what are you
out,
cooking
maybe what they'll find
downstairs?
against TLC. But here we go, guys. We got the
Sounds good.
session going, but we are about ready to lock in, as we can see the scoreboard once again. For those that missed it, we're about to be ready for the action. Here we go.
Yeah, thanks for bearing with us, everybody. As we start up now, Thieves obviously on defense here, need to hold them before halfway through point 2, which is very difficult indeed. Swamp Gaming with the momentum in their favor. Look at those stat lines across the board. Most going down 3 times, and even so, finding 17 finals there. So still clean play by their side. We'll see what they're electing to use out the. Oh, it's going to be the exact
3
same
tanks,
comp,
3
at least that's what
supports,
they're showing
chat. Let's
so
see it.
far.
3 tanks, 3 supports.
And it's crazy because, I mean, as an org, Thieves are just, they're always so close. They're always getting second. They're always like right there at greatness, and whether it be at LAN or here, or even within the roster, there's been change, and they want to find themselves at the top of the throne. But Swamp is the new standard that they've continued to set, at least here as one of the top 2. But as you said, buddy, yeah, we got the Stalling
Google, turn on
Cup
my bedroom
success
light.
train coming aboard, and having the rocket is going to help that even more so, which I don't think they had access
let's see
to
this.
last
Come on,
time.
let's see this.
They
Let's see
ran
this.
this with Delina. Delina's just so good, Shib, at staying alive, baby.
Yeah, for real. Absolutely no doubt here as we start up the attack. There is going to be, wait, this is definitely a change I didn't expect. Melaphobia is showing the Hawkeye. Same story, though, as actually, now that I'm thinking about it, is what they were doing prior. Trying to get a pick out the door, staying healthy and looking for a snipe outdoor to set them in their favor, electing to switch once that didn't work out while nobody was peeking. So instead of using the Widow, there was going to be Hawkeye. Daze finds Winnie, and that's a huge pick because goodbye to the BRB.
I mean, that's as big as a pick opening that you can absolutely get. Yeah, and that Hawkeye coming out, you can mark it down on the hero counter of who's made an appearance at Ignite, even if it's just a second. But look at they have just are relentless shit, finding every bit. It's the staying top of my monkey's uncle, buddy. They get 3 down, 4, and now this is going to go from a 3 fight point to 2.
This ain't
They're
looking
gonna get
good,
the portal
man.
here. Try to get the best they can from it.
Yeah,
I'll
this will
still
help them get to
take
3
it.
fights, but it's an absolute avalanche right now from Swamp. They are just
safe.
snowballing all over their team with heavy dive pressure, forcing this backline to be dicey. And now they are going to switch it up here. Self is going to be on that Mantis. Winnie on the strap pool. Millennia on the invis. That's the slight change. Vinny trying to hold on, but Scatter going to find a 2-piece on this rogue. Cannot be stopped on this hero as Daze and Kraz, Melaphobia again, find ever more picks. Down in all percentage too. This is going to be Swamp's point to lose.
A full-on rogue robbery, bro. I mean, that's the Thief right now. Just stealing easy .1, and this is looking like what will be our last look of the Thieves until we see them on the big stage, or they will put together an absolute fight of a lifetime for the next 5 minutes, folks. Strap up. We got Delina, Kraken impact ready. TTK now over on the Forest. Let's see if they can continue, because the only way they're going to find success is exactly what Swamp did to them. Muddy up the back line, find some picks. Millennia's going to start that out on Valentina.
Yeah, but this Glartrox is available from Melaphobia. It's been hungry before, and it has found success. Will it work again? Kraz with the engage, looking for a potential feast. Instead, gonna pull out cooldowns and reset with the team. Try to get it out the doors. Millennia takes out Daze. The engagement here from Delena, and this is a character swap that is needed. This hero will help slow down some of this snowball. Very smart decision. Looking like it might find another, but no. Val says not up in here with a nice sleep to clean up.
The sleep from downtown, man, hit the tranquilizer and the end of that Kraken. But Villain's been getting some big picks, and they're going to continue to do so to really keep the team alive. Oh, man, I mean, it's tough. You got the Soul Resurgence going in. The Groot ult's going to come fine with it. TTK landed a big one, but can you get the capitalization on it? The Abyss does not find anything. It is absolutely hungry. This Venom is, and man, I agree. I think the Bucky is a good way to stop the road, but man, there's only so much space left.
Yeah, I think the swap is good, but it might just be too little too late. Winnie with the dance floor. Scatter able to find Self. Numbers are dwindling. They may look like they have a ton up, but they're all trying to run back to this point. Daze drops to Lena. Vinny doing a great job stalling here. This is what I want to see from Venoms across the board, but I don't want to see that from Venoms as they go down, as they try to escape. Either way, really good stall. I think they get back here for another touch. They will.
I think this is a GG shot.
Again, Melaphobia with a big Glartrox should stop all of this momentum.
Yeah, you win this fight, man. You find a way, but Daze is going to say good night to this
GG's.
Thieves run in the lower bracket finals. Shiv, it's Swamp Gaming out of the mud and into the grand finals.
Wow, what a freeze, what a hold. They never didn't have it on that attack. It's that simple. Swamp was locked in with a huge freeze to stop TTK on the touch, and Swamp Gaming will be moving forward into the finals for a rematch against Team Liquid Citadel.
Brother, that was copy and paste from the exact same matchup the other day. Close domination. Museum of Contemplation won. You could say was a teaspoon more of excitement there on match number 3 in Wakanda.